can probably see it in the way I stare. And I know if I come any closer, is this gonna be too much for us to bear? I don't need to tell you that it's over. You can probably see it in the way I stare. And I know if I come any closer, is this gonna be too much for us to bear?
Said that I care, asked do you mean it? It's been months since we've been okay. I'm putting off what's coming. Another night staring at the ceiling. You deserve to be alone, to be the one they're always thinking of. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. I admit that I ignored it. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be loved. Struggling 'cause I'm all you had. You should know that's all in your head. 'Cause it's been weeks and you're not okay. You're putting off what's coming. It's alright to be scared of being lonely.
walk in the club. All access when I walk in the club.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another season of Blue Otter League, the Platinum Division, Season 15. I am Chong Samo, and tonight I am joined by Loki Bear. Loki, how are we doing tonight?
I'm so fabulous and scary. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, I'm excited to cast another season here in the Platinum Division. Get to see a lot of new faces this season, but luckily for our first match here between Monkeys Inc. and Conduit Buckeyes, it's a lot of familiar faces to the Platinum scene. So not really discovering new talent just quite yet, but at least starting off with a banger series here in the first match tonight.
Really, I'm excited. There's a lot of familiar names on these two rosters, so it should be an exciting game.
Yeah, I mean, the Monkeys Inc. roster, I'm like 80% sure it's the exact same from last season with Hunter, Glada, Wheeze, Grimdefire, and Fallen Warrior. I can't remember if Mac Mittens was the support on this team or if he was on a different Monkeys team last season. But Conduit Buckeyes is kind of a new version of a Conduit team, kind of like combining old ones together with Ludacris in the top lane, Black Eyed Peas, Efron, Slappy, and Islamic Samurai as the support. But already getting into the draft here, Gwen, Mel, and Trundle banned on the side of Monkeys, while Conduit banned away the Seraphine and Bessa and Caitlyn, which means Monkeys, even though the Seraphine is still banned, they're still going to prioritize that Ashe first pick.
Ashe has been pretty consistent in the meta as of late, so I'm not really surprised to see that first pick, especially for Grim. We'll have to see what they respond with.
Just gonna lock in the Corki here. It might just be Corki Nami bot lane for the side of Conduit. I mean, like you said, Ashe is extremely prevalent in the current meta right now. She is very strong even without that Seraphine pairing. You can still pair with the likes of Emilio, Abram, or just any AD carry right now, but it's not really the hard carry style of AD carry I expected out of Grimdefire. He's much more of like a Caitlyn player and like Kaisa Jhin, so I don't see him pick Ashe often, but it provides so much utility for the team and can let other players on the team shine and be a carry in this first game here.
And there's a Nami that you mentioned, kind of comparing with the Corki. I'd like to see a Braum here, even though I think like Melio would probably be better. I just love Braum. And we're gonna go with Volley Bear. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Last season, Glada was kind of running the rift on this Volibear, so gonna stick to it. And yes, the Milio works really good with Ashe. It makes it a very aggressive lane and very hard controlling with the combination of just Ashe's slow with the Milio W increasing her auto attack range. But like, there's no real ability on the side of Conduit Buckeyes yet that you need to cleanse, so it doesn't make sense to pick it. And Braum would suffer very much in this lane, but could like be beneficial later. But Nautilus is just an easy form of engage, can set up the Ashe to still harass in this lane, and actually gives them better kill threat than picking the Milio or the Braum as their support there. And then we're just gonna get a match pick here. It's gonna be the jungle Wukong here for Black Eyed Peas.
Wukong's actually still pretty strong. I'm surprised that he maintained his strength with all the changes. I am interested to see how the item changes works into play tonight. I don't know if you've like seen any of the new stuff. I played a little bit today, so.
I mean, today I played. Today I played a game of TFT and then 2 games of Arena, so I don't really know. So I know like AP Ezreal is a thing again. AP's and Zhao's very strong right now. You can build crit cannon again down in the bot lane if you wanted to, but Phase Rush I believe is gone. I know they added some new 2 new keystones in the blue tree, the dark blue tree to be specific, and got rid of Phase Rush, which means Gragas priority I think really falls off if anybody's playing a lot of Gragas before. Very weak now. You have to go Grasp or Comet, and it doesn't feel as good as having that Phase Rush. But it's just going to be some top lane focus bans here: Renekton, Ornn, and Jace. I don't think we're going to see anything too crazy here in this first game unless like one of these top laners is going to build like the new static Shiv with Heartsteel and Dusk and Dawn in the top lane that I've been seeing Watley do a lot, but I don't think that's going to be something we see tonight.
Why my phone decided to play that? Alright. We have the Ahri lock-in. I kind of like that mid pick. We'll have to see what gets locked in here on the side of Monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, Ahri's just a safe laner. It's not something that like is expected to hard carry games. Like you already have the Corki to be your late game carry. Ahri can help bridge that gap into Corki's weaker early game. But Veigar is a pretty good pick here for Wheeze. It can make it very difficult for Ahri to lane, especially at level 6. If you get the cage in a good spot, Ahri can't really have kill threat onto you. But it also gives a lot of scaling insurance onto the side of Monkeys Inc. with that infinite scaling AP Veigar. Everybody knows what it does.
Yeah. Honestly, I would have. I was expecting Efron to take Veigar.
I don't think Veigar specifically works with the comp that Conduit has picked. I think Ahri works a lot better with the Wukong, or as you can see at the bottom, it says Monkey King. I think that makes a lot more. I think those two make a lot more sense together. But Gnar actually going to be the pick up here for Hunter in the top lane. I remember him much more as a stable tank player and not so much on these more aggressive top laners. So I'm really curious to see how he does perform on this Gnar here tonight. I do think he is one of the better top laners we have here, but just going to be the Malphite pick. And as an avid Malphite fan, I very much like this, but this can be one of Malphite's rougher matchups, especially if the Gnar is very good at his spacing and playing with that Rage Bar correctly.
Yeah. I'd have to say, like, I'm not a massive fan of the Malphite pick, but I do see what they're kind of trying to go for with this comp. I guess it's just going to come down to execution as to how both of these teams play it out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely a very interesting game here we have in game number 1 between these two teams. But Loki, since you are the color analysis for tonight, I got to ask you the question that everybody does.
Oh.
Out of these 2 drafts, which one do you think is going to get the win here in game number 1?
I'll be honest with you, I kind of like Monkey's draft. I'm kind of favoring it just a little bit more. I think it's very more on the easier side to execute, but I'd have to say, like, I'm a really big fan of that Ashe pick. I feel like she's really strong right now, and I've seen her take over so many games if played correctly, so.
All right, well, we're going to be split here. I am much more favoring the Conduit draft here, but if, you know, everything holds correctly for last season, the Loki curse of picking a draft to win normally ends up losing. It might be Monkeys taking the L here in game number 1, but the only way for us to figure out who's actually going to get the win here is when we load into game. We're going to head to a quick break here as a way for everybody to load up in the Champion Select. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones. You won't ache my soul, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down, but fire away, away. But I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. down to the ground. What goes around comes around. You won't put the flame out, you can't get to me. Say what you wanna say, go take it all away. But I'm here to stay, no, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down, go fire away, away. But I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. But I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a
Can't kill what I've become. I scream until I'm numb. Now with the summer skies, you're gone. There's nothing I can do or say to get to you. Now I don't know where I belong. I'm screaming at the ceiling. Every word's a twisted feeling. Feelings I can't let go. Oh, the thunder keeps calling. The raindrops won't stop falling. Falling down in a hole. That love lies in my head. 'Cause I fell for all you said. Too easy. Dark clouds won't let me forget. I don't know why I let it get to me. It gets to me. 'Cause I think of you every time it rains. One drop is all it takes. And it's pouring, it's pouring, it's pouring, it's pouring, it's pouring, it's pouring, keeps pouring and pouring. I'm screaming at the ceiling. Every word's a twisted feeling. Feelings I can't let go. And the thunder keeps calling. The raindrops won't stop falling. Falling down in a hole. I don't know why I let it get to me. It gets to me. The lights in my head aren't shining no more. I don't know if we can do this anymore.
And we are on the Rift for game number 1 between Monkeys Inc. and Conduit Buckeyes. Monkeys Inc. going to be on the blue side. Conduit Buckeyes going to be on the red side. I'm still Chong, still joined by Loki. And Loki, you were talking about some new stuff, and it looks like Wheeze on the Vigar mid has one of those new keystones.
Yeah, I was waiting to see it. There's also like a new starting item, which I think is pretty cool for auto attackers. So that's. I'll be interested to see if it pops out this game, but yeah. Apparently this like new keystone is like super OP.
Yeah, you can ask me the name of it, and I do not know it. I haven't not read the patch notes yet, so
Yeah.
I apologize to everybody in Twitch chat for that one. But just looking at the start here, everything seems pretty common. Oh, it's Deathfire Touch. Oh, DFT's back.
My
Okay. 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 Sorry, I'm reading it, chat. It seems all right on Vigar. I still think I'd prefer like the Electrocute or even the Arcane Comet. I'm curious to see if that changes the typical Vigar build, but we'll see how Wheeze elects to build this game. But another interesting thing, it's not really interesting, but it is the cleanse on Slappy in the bot lane, kind of necessary when you're going against all the CC that is on the comp of Monkeys Inc.
For sure. I think especially with the Nautilus Ash bot side.
So we'll see how lane goes for everybody. Right now, it's just going to be slow laning phase. A lot of these champions like to scale up later into the game, like the Gnar and the Malphite like to get to those 1 items. Vigar likes to get to 1 item. Corki needs 1 item. Like, it's going to be a slower early game, especially with the 2 junglers that we have picked. They both are power clean junglers, and you can actually see here on the minimap is Black Eye Please elected to take a recall after clearing his top side, which is a very intelligent play because when he does meet Glada on that first Scuttle Crab in the bot lane, he's going to have more damage, which means he can win out the trade on the Scuttle Crab and in the 1v1 to be able to secure that first Scuttle Crab for him.
Yeah, and I just expect top lane to be like a farming lane, to be honest, and just wait till you, like you mentioned, to get those items. I don't expect there to be like any massive fights, maybe mid lane, but.
All right, Fallen Warrior goes in for the hook. The Aqua Prison doesn't land, so nothing really lost there for either side. But you can see Hunter is actually losing out from the Malphite poke up here in the top lane. If you got that Seismic Shard and you're landing it every time you have the Arcane Comet and Mana Flow up, you can get through all those. We're getting, oh wait, hold on, hook hit in the bot lane. It's onto Islamic Samurai. He's going to have to flash away. Gladden's going all the way in. Aqua Prison lands onto Fallen Warrior. Ignite is down onto Islamic as well, but both summons used by him and only Ignite in turn from Fallen Warriors is a win trade by the side of Monkeys Inc. Another hook in onto the bot lane, onto Slappy. He's taking a lot of damage here from this Ranger's focus, but the Aqua Prison not going to land that time. Grimdefier kind of able to just walk him down right now. Damage trying to come back out of here from the Gatling gun, but nothing really happening there in the bot lane.
Every time I say that there's not going to be fighting, they prove me wrong every time. This is why I don't talk.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good gank timer on Gladys' part because he had full cleared, and instead of going immediately to the Scuttle Crab, you saw how pushed up Slappy and Islamic were in that bottom lane, so goes for the gank there. As another poke comes out from Ludicrous, he's going to do his best to farm up under here. You'll see a lot of times Malphite go down pretty early. Hold on, another hook lands onto Islamic Samurai, but the Aqua Prison lands onto Grimdefier. It's going to keep him alive, but another passive hit goes onto Slappy. Going to have to flash away from that one. Ranger's focus. Grimdefier is still looking for this one. He's not going to go all the way in and pick up either kill. Not going to burn his flash. I think if he does, he gets a double kill there. We're just going to take the trade of summoners, pick up this wave, have them lose a massive wave to their own turret. That is a winning play for the bot side of Monkeys Inc.
I do think if he had flashed, he would have gotten the double kill, but I mean, it's better to play the lane safe than get caught under turrets, so.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't blame him for not looking for the flash play, because if it goes wrong, he ends up dying and gets nothing for it and uses both summoner spells, but just elects to play it safe, and it's going to be A-okay. As you can see up in the top lane, CS is about even now, and Hunter has no health regen besides what comes through from the door and shield, while Ludicrous still has a pot, and he pops it here. So Ludicrous is actually getting close to the point where Malphite has solo kill potential. It's just a question of if he has enough mana at that level 6 mark.
I was just watching Gnar's health bar, and it's getting extremely low, and
Oh, speaking of which, as soon as Ludacris hits the level 6, uses the unstoppable and goes for the ground slam as well. But Hunter, quick enough with the reaction, flashes out of that one. And now he's looking to trade back on him. He's getting the hyper procs. He's getting some damage down onto Ludacris. Ludacris still has flash if he needs it, but just going to seismic shard him and walk his way away, take his recall, and probably TP back up here into this top lane.
We do have the first Drake of the game up. Both junglers are bot side.
I mean, it is a pretty valuable early dragon,
Yeah.
and so I would expect some fighting over this one, but something I'm not a fan of personally as a Malphite aficionado up in the top lane is Ludacris going for the not getting the early bombies, so he's not going to have wave shove, and you don't need that armor item first. You just go bombies into plated steel caps, and you're fine into the Gnar matchup, but he's electing to, I think, build Frozen Heart as his first item, which I am not a fan of. That's like a third, maybe second item in certain matchups.
Right. It looks like Glada's got their eye on bot side here.
All right, the hit lands onto Slappy's. Q was in. Fallen Warrior is going to just get out immediately. Gladys still looking to push forward on this one. Black Eyed Peas getting slowed up here from the Ashes range focus. He's going to have to flash away. Fallen Warrior should have that dredge line up momentarily, but they're not going to elect to go for it any further. That's just another win out of the bot side of Monkeys Inc. with Glad in the area. They get another summoner spell out. Fallen Warrior doesn't use anything. Grim still has both his and Gladys still has flash, which means if they want to for Monkeys Inc., they have Dragon Prior. They're just going to push this bot wave, and then I think they're going to rotate over as a little bit more trading in the top lane, but no solo kill is going to come out there. We'll see if a fight does break out as this dragon, as Slappy, Islamic, and Black Eyed Peas are still in the area.
I think that Conduit can turn for this Drake for sure. Glada's taking it back here.
Yeah, I mean, if Gladiful resets, Black Eyed Peas should just start this dragon immediately, and
Absolutely.
you see him reroute to it. Very intelligent play by Peas to go for it. I think Gladys should have tried to cancel his recall. I don't even think hitting that control ward is worth it. You just take the dragon immediately,
take
but
the
they're not
dragon.
even going to go for it. It's an interesting play here, but now Slappy is a little bit caught out here. He's getting slowed down by Grim Fire. It's going low, but Black Eyed Peas' bot lane. He has access to the Cyclone. We'll see when he elects to use it. He goes in. He Cyclones onto Grim Fire. Grim Fire going to pop the barrier, flash away. Islamic is trying to get in. Fallen Warrior flashes as well. F runs to the bot lane. Flash forward. He gets one kill. He's going to use the second charge of his ultimate, but he's going to fall down to Wheeze TPing in, and now Wheeze could be in trouble, but overall, that's a winning play for the side of Monkeys Inc. 1, Dragon doesn't go over. 2, Wheeze TPs and gets the kill. And 3, the first blood, yes, it went to the side of Conduit, but it went onto Islamic Samurai. It didn't even go onto Efron or Slappy or Peas. So that is like a best case scenario first blood loss for the side of Monkeys Inc.
Yeah, if that kill is gonna go on anyone, like Monkeys wants it to go on to Islamic for sure.
I mean, yes, I've talked about this before when I was casting a previous series where like the Nami started off the game like 3-0 or something like that, and very quickly had Imperial Mandate online. And like in those situations, it's not the worst thing to have because she does provide so much more damage to the team whenever you do just put that Tidecaller's Blessing onto somebody and they're getting auto attacks with that Imperial Mandate. So oh, wait, hold on. Ludacris going in for the top lane. The Gnar was already used, but now Ludacris is going to be the one in trouble, slowed up by the boomerang toss. Gladys trying to get in there, does get the sun. Ludacris flashes away, but now Gladys has the potential to run him down as more fighting is happening in the bot lane. The dredge line is used. Riptide, Enchanted Crystal Lair hits onto Islamic Samurai. He's going to flash away, and he's going to be okay, but now they're looking to turn this one around. Alcaprism lands on the Grim Fire. He doesn't have anything available, and they're looking to just give that kill over to Slappy, and it's going to be a successful one as Ludacris also survives up in the top lane. So Conduit now getting a kill onto the correct person and punishing the over-aggression out of the Monkeys Inc. duo in the bot lane.
And this kind of opens up the door for Conduit to take that first drag, which is Mountain drag. That's something that I think Monkeys really wants to hand over. However, Gladys does get grubs in return. So, I mean, you give up the first Drake, but you get grubs in return. I don't think it's horrible, especially for the side of Monkeys.
I think currently in this meta, I think a lot of people value grubs way less than they used to, and even less than that first dragon. So, like, yes, you do get a neutral objective, but it's kind of just like, we'll just get what we can on the map in the meantime. So I think Conduit is happy with the grubs going over, because in theory, there's no real big side lane pressure out of the Monkeys Inc. side, because Ludacris should be able to answer Hunter at every phase of this game once he does get his 2 items. But if like you're the side of Monkeys Inc. and you're not hitting turrets, those void grabs feel way worse than giving over that first dragon. With it being a mountain dragon and having a Wukong and a Malphite on the enemy team comp does feel kind of bad.
Yeah, for sure. It seems to be just a lull right now in the spot lane, but Efron and Weeze.
Efron taking 2 turret shots for some reason. Wee's flashing forward, hits the primordial burst, and gets the solo kill, and gets the ult charge out of Efron as well. So now Wee's 2-0 on this Vigar early game, and he's building for full scaling. He's going to build Rod of Ages and Seraph's Embrace, and he's 2-0 already. Side of Monkeys Inc., Weeze is now your carry. Forget anything else. Play for that, man.
Pop-Tart, can we have a check on the Vigar stacks?
All right. We're already at 116 stacks, so 116 extra AP without any AP items until he purges the Rod of Ages. So he's hitting every ability that has been thrown out so far. So stacking them very well. Also CSing very well at 101 at 11 minutes. He's doing a great job so far.
Absolutely.
Another dredge line in the bot lane. Now Islamic's in trouble, but Peas is here. They're going in. The tidal wave is used onto Glada. Death charge used onto Slappy, but now the Glada's the one in trouble. Enchanted Crystal Air hits onto Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas falls down to the Stormbringer, and now Glada's the one in trouble. Slappy going forward with the flash aggressively, and now they're looking to chase this one even further, but there's not going to be anything out of this one. So another kill onto Slappy, trading 1-for-1 with both junglers. I think if you are Conduit, you're happy that that kill went onto your Quirky, as another bubble hits onto Fallen Warrior. Slappy putting out a lot of damage here now with that double buff in his back pocket, and now the side of Monkeys Inc. are the ones who are starting to suffer in this bottom lane.
Yeah, I think Ash, getting killed with Grim going down twice in the early lane phases. It's kind of rough on that lane.
Yeah, and it's not going to get better anytime soon because Corky just outscales Ash and can just do so much more damage than her in any short trade or long trade as well. So side of Conduit putting the money on the right person in this game, while Graham is going to have to play more of that supportive role on that Ash, which he is more known for. So it's not like the end of the world because it's still going to be impactful with the Hawk Shot, with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. But laning wise, you guys are not going to be winning any trades anytime soon.
Yeah, I think it's just time to be the utility and just kind of sit back, get your items, farm up. The next drag comes up in about a minute and a half. I'm going to expect more jungle attention in this bot lane to kind of get some prio locked in.
Yeah, I think Dragon is going to be the focus for both teams here. Ludacris does have TP available to him, while Hunter doesn't. So Ludacris can look to TP down to this Dragon fight, sacrifice a couple plates in the top lane, and then be impactful in the team fight. And he did go for Frozen Heart first item, which I already spoke of my dislike about it, but I just don't think it's the a good first item on Malphite. I think having that Sunfire Cape is so much better because you just trade so much better when you have that bonus damage anytime you're on top of somebody. But we'll see how Ludacris does play with that one. I think he is a good player. I just don't think it is the best itemization for him in this lane specifically, as it's a little bit of a lull right now. So we'll see where teams prioritize. Like you said, Dragon up in 40 seconds.
Yeah. I'm expecting, like I said, some jungle attention down bot side, but it looks like both junglers are kind of just finishing up their clears. Wukong doesn't really have a whole lot in the bot side, but Corky did finish that. It's Triforce, right? I'm blanking on items right now.
Yeah, it is Trinity
Ash,
Force.
Yeah, and Ash went for the Hex topic.
Hex Optics.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people building this item recently on Ash and Jinx and stuff like that. I understand the point of it, but I swear to God, if I see Grim Defier build the way I saw an Ash build the other night, where they built that and then built Fiend Hunter bolts, I'm gonna be very upset.
I think that's what you're gonna see, honestly. And the Glada does not want to give up this Drake. So they are going to try and.
All right,
fight
tidal wave
through.
used to zone out Wheeze. Grimdifier is in. Sorry, Fallen Warrior is in. Ludacris is TPing to the backside. Glada picks up the dragon, but now Ludacris is here. He's looking for a play onto Grimdifier as Wheeze got out on the other side. Efron and Glada are split from the fight as they are able to pick up Wheeze, but he goes 1-for-1 with Black Eyed Peas. Hunter TP's in. He does have that Narbar filled up. The Ensemble Force is still available to Ludacris. They're slowly cutting this one out. He goes in, gets a 2-man Ensemble Force, and then they're able to pick up the first kill onto Glada. Now Hunter's the one who's going to be in trouble. He's going to have to use that E to get away. Uses the Gnar as well, but he's not able to pick up that kill. Conduit may have lost the dragon, but they pick up 4 kills on the Rift, and now they're going to be able to pick up, I believe it's going to be first turret picked up here in the bot lane because they're all still staying for this one. So you lose the second dragon, you win the team fight, you get first brick. I'm happy on the side of Conduit.
Yes, absolutely. Like that was a big fight for Conduit here. Like you said, they may have lost a dragon, but honestly, they made out very well in a team fight aspect.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Enchanted Crystalaire hits onto Slappy, weaves the TP behind them, and now they're in trouble in the Conduit bot lane. Grimdifier getting flashed on, uses barrier to try to kite away here. Slappy not going to be able to get the damage in onto anybody. You get the shutdown onto Grimdifier. He's still looking to go forward, flashes in, dodges the Aqua Prison. He's getting a lot of damage here onto Islamic Samurai. He flashes away, but Islamic Samurai is able to pick up the kill thanks to the Time Caller's blessing. But Fallen Warrior lands the dredge line and gets the kill in return.
We do have the Zeal picked up. Chong's not going to be very happy.
I just think it's such a bad build. But now Glada and Peas are fighting in the jungle. Efron's here to assist. Spirit Rush used forward. Stormbringer used to get the damage onto Black Eyed Peas. But Cyclone is able to help pick up that 1 kill. And now Efron can still push forward. We's trying to pick up the kill onto Black Eyed Peas. He's going to have to flash away. Ludacris gets bounced back with the Blast Cone. But now he's able to help out his jungler as Efron uses a Blast Cone of his own to get away from Hunter in that Mega Nard form. Black Eyed Peas, you got to be careful here. Going to use that Warrior Trickster to keep himself safe. But now We's doing a lot of damage in onto Ludacris. But he gets a 2-man unstoppable force as he dies anyway from the Primordial Burst and the Gnar into the wall. Burst damage. Efron not going to be able to pick up either of these kills. And now Fallen Warrior, a new challenger, is approaching as he's looking up here in the top lane, trying to get some damage on. But you can see on the minimap, Slappy and Islamic Samurai are on their way in. Black Eyed Peas is going to be A-okay with the help of Efron. They're getting the damage on the Fallen Warrior. Fallen Warrior going to hit the Q. He's going to hit the depth charge, but he's not going to be able to pick up Peas as Efron gets the kill on the delayed challenger. And now it's going to be resets across the map. Glad is already back up here, and never mind, he's looking to fight onto Slappy. Slappy going to use that Valkyrie to get away, and a little bit of healing and speed from the Nami is going to keep him safe.
What an insane fight. Definitely kind of, in my opinion, went into Conduit's favor. However, you do have a 4-in-1 Veigar now that has the completed Seraphs.
Yeah, I mean...
So,
Veigar is absolutely massive.
But you have a 4-in-1 Veigar, so you
I
kind
mean,
of have to play and be careful that Primordial Burst.
Yeah, it's like, do you know what's better than your Fed 80 carry? My mid laner with a funny haha outplay button. You're dead. As Rift Herald is picked up here by Glada for the side of Monkeys Inc. And something I wanted to call out is I said that Nami getting kills in the early game isn't the worst thing if you get that early Imperial mandate. Islamic went for first item Mikhail's. Now I understand it, because there's the Ashe, there's the stun from Glada, stun from Hunter, and everything. Hold on, as the 2-man Cyclone is used in the mid lane, as the tidal wave gets on the Fallen Warrior is going to instantly be deleted. The Enchanted Crystalaire is tanked by Efron, but buffers it, and as now Wheeze and Ludacris are trading up here in the top lane, it's going to be favored by Ludacris. But what a quick snap engage play by the side of Conduit to pick out 2 members of the side of Monkeys Inc.
These 2 teams just want to fight to the death, I swear.
This is why I love Plat.
I am a little bit confused as to like why we went Mikhail's first item, because like you said about like the Imperial Mandate, like you kind of want that on Nami early. However, I do see both sides of it as to why Islamic built it, but
see, if I'm the support in this game, and they're like, "Oh, we need a Mikhail's," it's like, cool, you can have it after Imperial Mandate.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
dodge forehead. Like it's like I need this item to be a better champion than I already am, because Nami is very good despite all the nerfs she's gotten recently. Nami's still extremely strong, but it's like, just dodge the arrow and we're A-okay until I buy this item. And Slappy,
Exactly.
you have cleanse, so like, don't talk to me. Like, everybody on the side of Conduit has a way to dodge the arrow. You have, yes, 2 of them are at the cost of an ultimate, but like, you can still dodge it.
You can, yes, you can dodge, skill shots, especially in this like flat elo. But hey, maybe we'll go Imperial second. I'm I play Nami and forget what the build path is all the time. I think that they're on the right track, but
They are. They are. You need it's the Fairy Charm upgraded item,
Yep.
Forbidden Idol, and then the Fiendish Codex. As
Yeah.
Dragon number 3 is on the Rift, it's gonna be an Infernal Soul this game. Both teams are here. The baby cage is already used, so that means it's beneficial for the side of Conduit because more specifically, Hunter is at this team fight with absolutely no rage stacked up. The Herald is summoned in mid lane, so he's gonna get that charge onto the turret and get the kill. And now it's looking to get a second charge as all of the members for both sides are here. A lot of damage coming out. The dredge line connects onto Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Pea goes in, gets a 3-man cyclone. The tidal wave is coming across as Ludacris is in the backline. The one who's going to fall down first is Fallen Warrior as Glada dives into the backline with the Stormbringer. Grim the Fire going to be able to pick up Peas, who went a little bit too far. Now Grim the Fire is looking to trade this one down as Weeze flash forward. He's able to pick up the first kill onto Islamic Samurai. Now Grim can just run rampant, slowing everybody, chasing everybody down. Efron going to have to use both charges of the ultimate to get out. And now Slappy is caught. Uses Cleanse. He uses Valkyrie, but he's not going to be able to get away because he's looking to turn this one around, actually, as it's a triple kill for Grim the Fire. It's another kill for Weeze, and it is the ace for the side of Monkeys Inc. And they're going to be able to pick up the third dragon of the game. The Rift Herald charges again in the mid lane, and that is a big winning play for the side of the Monkeys.
That's a big play for Monkeys. That put them well above, or ahead in gold with that last team fight. And the second item for Ashe was actually Phantom Dancer.
Good. Thank God.
Oh, no.
It's the right build, because, like, yes, Fiend Hunter, you cast your ultimate, you get more crit on your next 3 attacks. Half the time when you're playing Ashe, you were throwing that ult 30 miles away and hoping it hits somebody, and then you're not really benefiting from that Fiend Hunter bolt's passive, besides ultimate haste. It's like, I don't like that item on her. But speaking of 2 items, you can see here Glada on 2 items with that Dusk and Dawn and the Navoy Flicker Blades. You have 2 items on you. Well, you can call it 1.5 on Corki because that is not the upgraded Muramana. It is just the Manamune right now with the Trinity Force. And you can see people starting to get towards their second items here. Speaking of second items, let's bypass that. Weeze almost on his third item, almost on that Rabadon's death cap at this point in the game.
Yeah. I think that's going to be another power spike for Veigar picking up that Rabadon. Can I be a pain, Pop-Tart, and ask you for the stack check on Veigar? 265. Let's go.
And in that short time, we were waiting to see the Veigar stacks. I saw Weeze hit every single ability he threw Ludacris's way, and Ludacris is at half HP. With 2 MR items, to be fair. Like, that is insane damage coming out of this Weeze Veigar already, and the side of Conduit has the tools to get on him and stop him from participating in a team fight, but Weeze has been playing these team fights very well, knowing his range is staying very far back, using the baby cage for his own zoning tool to put out a maximum DPS that he can, playing extremely well. It's easier said than done to pick off somebody in a team fight when they're playing this well, as now Weeze is looking to bully Ludacris again, getting a lot of damage onto him, not going to hit either of those Dark Matters and misses that Q there, so not going to be able to get the kill on the Ludacris, but still a lot of pressure provided.
Yeah. It looks like oh, that enchantment.
Okay, Enchanted Crystal Era was used onto Black Eyed Peas, doesn't hit, and then he just smites his blue buff and says, "Thank you for the free ultimate CD." But all in all, Ashe ult, super low cooldown, not gonna mean too much as Efron TPs to the bot lane, immediately loses half of his HP. All right, they got to pick onto Black Eyed Peas here. He's going to use that Warrior Trickster to try to get away, but he's ignited. Depth Charge is used to get him knocked up, but Blasco gets him away. He's going to flash out, and now Glad is still looking to chase. He does have Stormbringer, but they're not going to chase it any further. They got the Summoner spell. They're going to take that as a win.
Definitely a win there. The next objective looks to be Baron. I don't think either team is going to look to play for that right now.
Neither team has high Baron DPS either, just with the lack of the nature of the champions that they picked. Now Glada's looking for a play in the mid lane. Aquaprism not going to hit onto Glada, Volley not going to hit onto either. But in the meantime, while they're focusing all this pressure bot as Monkeys Inc., Ludacris is just top lane slapping away at this top lane turret, and he's going to be able to pick it up for his team. That's going to be 2 turrets to each side. But more importantly, Monkeys Inc. has the mid lane outer turret in tier 1, while theirs is still standing, so their vision line gets to be pushed up deeper, and they're able to make these aggressive plays like we saw them attempt on the enemy blue buff.
It does look like there is they're looking topside for Hunter. He's pushing up into this tier 1 and top side. There isn't really any vision there for him, though.
All right, let's see how the play comes out. Hunter trying to get away, uses the hop. He's not going to get hit with the seismic shard just yet, and now he finally gets hit by it, and he's just out of there. He created so much space with just Nara's innate movement speed difference, and he's just going to be fine there. I mean, also, if I was the side of Conduit, you had 4 members up here on the side of Baron. If you had any idea where Glada is, that's a Baron you can just start and take for free, because we know with our perfect vision, Glada was on the bot side, but without the proper jungle tracking, they're just not able to go and sneak away that Baron here.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they are going to look for some type of team fight mid. We don't have Dragon up for about 30 seconds, so getting vision around there is going to be crucial for the side of Monkeys, especially to get them to soul point.
Yeah, and my eyes are going to be on Ludacris here. He does have TP for this team fight, has the Unstoppable Force, as Black Eyed Peas takes a little bit of damage there. TP bot lane already used here by Ludacris, and now Hunter is just coming out of base, so if I'm the side of Conduit, I'm looking to get Ludacris on this flank. Hold on, Dredge line is in. Already a lot of damage onto the side of Islamic Samurai, and Glad is into the backline. Black Eyed Peas looking to pick up the kill on the Fallen Warrior, but he's going to get killed by Wheeze. Now Glad is just running rampant in the backline. Chance of Crystal Arrow hits onto Slappy. Slappy going to use the cleanse, have to flash away. Grip the fire, flash forward, pops the barrier. Not able to pick up the kill onto Slappy just yet, as now Ludacris gets the ult to the backline to create some separation, but now he's just caught out by Fallen Warrior and the rest of the side of Monkeys Inc. And now, with 5 alive and 3 dead on the enemy side, they're just able to turn and burn this dragon and get whatever else for objectives they want on the map. They're going to break open the mid lane tier 2. They're going to look to take the inhibitor turret at the same time, and they went from a close game to burning the doors off the building.
Oh my gosh, did my caster Chris finally die?
It's too soon to say in a Platinum Elo game of League of Legends. I've seen these leads get thrown away.
But we do have a 7-1 Vigar, who is honestly a menace this game. With the 3-item Rabadon was picked up.
The side of Conduit is still looking for more. Black Eyed Peas gets onto Wheeze, but he's taking so much damage in return. Primordial Burst just deletes him off of the Rift. And now if I'm the side of Monkeys, I'm pinging that Baron. I'm like, we just start this for free. They have no jungler. They have no ult right now. We have to start this.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, they should just rip this right now.
All right, we can see that they are starting it.
Fight for it, though.
All right, the side of Conduit still looking to not give this one over fully. They have their ultimates back online now. This Baron does go down relatively slow. Charm is hit onto the Fallen Warrior. Tidal Wave is used onto multiple people as Hunter gets a big stun onto Ludacris in the backside. Ludacris taking a lot of damage here. Fallen Warrior doesn't fall down yet as Shedicus Lair hits onto Islamic, but a 4-man Unstoppable Force is used. They get the first kill onto Grim the Fire, and now Ludacris is just trying to cause chaos, but the Primordial Burst hits onto Slappy. That's 1. That's 2 as Ludacris falls down, and now Efron and Islamic are in a whole lot of trouble, but Efron can put out some damage here, but it doesn't matter. He gets hooked, he gets stunned, and Wheeze picks it up as Islamic is going to use that blast cone to keep himself safe. And now it is desperation for the side of the Buckeyes.
Side of the Buckeyes. Alright, well that team fight went from bad to worse for the side of Conduit, unfortunately. I just feel like they really have to be careful of this Vagar. 10-1, he's got a 700 gold bounty. I mean, if they can get a pick on him, that would be wonderful, but it doesn't seem like they can get anywhere close.
And with how fed he is and already having, as early as he got both the Seraphs and the Rod of Ages online, he's way more tankier than he looks, so it's even harder to burst him down, because if you can't burst him in one full rotation, wait, hold on, Black Eyed Peas is actually going to look for the steal, flashes in, the Warrior Trickster doesn't get him over the wall, and that means Baron's going to just go over to the side of Monkeys Inc. I liked the attempt, but Hunter was there on the defense.
Yeah, he was like, absolutely not, you are not coming into this pit. And honestly, I think that if he had gotten over that baby cage, doesn't really help his case either. So, but I do give him props for trying there.
I mean, it's the play you have to make this far behind in the game. It's a desperation play. If you get that Baron steal, you keep yourselves alive for a little bit longer. You can get waves pushing your way and try to start breaking some of these structures. But now, Dragon up in 2 minutes, which means the side of Monkeys can just fully utilize this Baron buff that is in their back pocket.
Yep. And it's definitely going to be probably a big team fight for this, because Conduit does not want to just gift Monkey's Dragon Soul.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's an Infernal Soul with a Fed Vigar. I am definitely not giving that one over. We did see them attempt to make a play onto Hunter, not able to pick that one up. Efron did use the Spirit Rush, so curious what happened in the off screen as Islamic does land a bubble, but doesn't really matter. You're facing down Baron, and a lot of damage that can come out quickly from the side of Monkeys. So we'll see when Conduit decides to pull a trigger, if they do, or if they're just going to play it safe, kind of let their inhibitors fall, and then just look to farm up. It means you would have to give over the Infernal Soul, which I don't like, but we'll see what happens. As Peas is caught again, has to use the Cyclone to keep himself safe. So that's a big engage tool, not on the side of the Conduit comp. As Tidal Wave is used as well, gets no one, as Glada just dives in. Wheeze immediately deletes Islamic Samurai. Dredgeline hits onto Ludicrous. Ludicrous is instantly deleted as well by Wheeze, and now it's just the side of Monkeys running wild. Efron gonna fall down to Grim the Fire. Black Eyed Peas not long for this world either as he falls down. Glada doesn't even die. A triple kill picked up for Grim the Fire, and Monkeys Inc. gonna take game number 1 in our opening series of Platinum Season 15.
Nicely played by the side of Monkeys. I feel like they had a very slow start to the game, with like Grim, dying twice in the early laning phases, but definitely brought it back this series.
Yeah, I mean, dying twice in early lane is okay as long as you have an extremely fed Vigar on your team, and that's exactly what happened. Wheeze performed very well on this Vigar. I thought his positioning was phenomenal. You can see how much damage he actually put out. He was just kind of running amok on the Rift, and credit to Monkeys to not panic when their Ashe went down 0-2 and there was a 2-0 Corki because their Vigar had 2 kills as well. So they were like, we just play around Wheeze for our setups, and we're A-okay.
Look at that Vagar damage, 33,000 in a 30-minute game, almost 31 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, also look at how much gold he had. He was sitting on 16,500 in comparison to Efron, who wasn't even at 10K. It's a rough game at that point when you pick this Ahri Wukong combo to try to be strong early, and the side of Conduit doesn't make a lot of plays mid lane to kind of punish this weaker scaling Vigar pick, and that just means Ahri kind of becomes useless in the later game, and you're just really relying on Slappy to be your source of damage in this game with the comp you drafted as Conduit, and he did a fair amount of damage, but it just wasn't enough to compare with the Vigar.
I agree. We'll have to see what Monkeys and Conduit have planned for game number 2.
All right, and with that, we're going to head to a short break here as teams get ready for our game number 2 draft. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Bittersweet and I'm walking slow. Sensitive, feel the afterglow. Looking for things that I can't control. Fear from my past cause it always shows. Do I wanna try? Can I let it go? Running from the past, wanting to be sure. Chaos in my mind, constant deja vu. But every time it comes back to you. Whoa, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it tastes bittersweet. Whoa, I keep on falling. Whoa, I like the taste of it. Blacking out, afraid just fading day by day. I'm reaching out for someone who can take away the pain I feel for things I haven't done at all. I've lost my way, but how I felt I can't recall. Do I wanna try? Can I let it go? Running from the past, wanting to be sure. Chaos in my mind, constant deja vu. But every time it comes back to you. Whoa.
Is this what giving up feels like?
And we are back for game number 2. Conduit going to be on the blue side this time. Monkey's going to be on the red side. And starting off with bans, no Mbessa, no Karma, no Mel. What do you want to see changed for either side for this game number 2, Loki?
I want a Kaisa. Somebody pick Kaisa, please.
I do know that is your favorite champion. I don't think she's like phenomenal right now. I definitely think there are like there's like a tier list of 80 carries, and I think she's maybe like 8th on that tier list. But
yeah,
like
she's like way at the bottom. She's way at the bottom.
But also, it's platinum, so anything can work. So maybe it'll be pulled out. Like nobody in like high elos professional plays pulling out Vygar mid, but we just saw that work. So maybe Kaisa is the trick. Who knows? But a lot of strong picks still available. The Caitlyn is available. Conduit electing not to ban it away from Grim Defier this time, so maybe they're looking to first pick it here for themselves, or maybe they're just like, hey, let's play into it. We kind of beat the bot lane last time. Maybe we can do it this time, but nope, they're just going to pick it.
Alright, now is when we lock in Jinx. We'll have a Piltover versus Zon moment.
I mean, there are 2 ways to attack the Caitlyn lane. It's either you just play super scaling safe lane and try to outscale her, or you try to play the more aggressive lane. And 9 times out of 10, people aren't picking the more aggressive lane because nobody's playing Neela, Samira, or Draven. So it's probably just going to be the more scaling option. Could be that Ziggs. Could also be a Smolder if Monkeys wants to pick it, but we'll see if they want to keep the flex of the Ziggs alive.
I really wanted it to be a Ziggs mid. I'm not a fan of Ziggs bot lane. Like, it's just, to me, it's a boring lane, but that's genuinely just my opinion.
Oh, but you'd rather watch Sona and Seraphine bottom lane than Ziggs bottom lane?
If it brings you pain, I would do it any day.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, anyway, Maokai gonna be picked here. Potential flex pick as well between support and jungle. Maybe even top lane depending on the situation. But Monkey is kind of keeping their options flexible right now. I think if you decide a Conduit, you kind of pick whatever support you want to put alongside the Caitlyn, whether it's like Bard maybe, or like the Morgana, Lux, something like that, or you can just pick your jungle. I think Pantheon is one of the best jungles on the patch right now, but not a lot of people play him because they kind of mess up sometimes. If you're not using your abilities in the correct order, you kind of cook yourself, especially with how strong the empowered E is in certain situations. So we'll see if this actually is jungle for Ps this game, or maybe it's top lane for Ludicrous, or maybe they're letting Islamic Samurai go a little psychotic in the bot lane, and that's the support pick.
Ooh, the way pickup, which I'm guessing is going to Efron in the mid lane. I don't think play support is viable in comp, but
nah, this is...
Where is Maokai going? Because like it can technically be flexed like 3 ways here.
Yeah, I think it's probably just going to be jungle. I think it's way stronger in the jungle right now than it is in the support role. But we'll see what Monkeys decides to do. I do like the Hui pick here for the side of Conduit in the comp. I do not enjoy it for my job as a play-by-play caster because I cannot tell you all the different names of Hui's abilities. I'm not even gonna bother. Like, he's got the long range zap, and then he's got like the fear, and then like the little healing pool, and then like the speed up one, and the one that does damage, and then he's got the ultimate. I know the name of that one, but the rest of them, I'm out of luck. But
yeah, no.
We finally got the answer of where Maokai's going. It is jungle for Glada, as Fallen Warriors is going to pick up that Leona, which is potentially alongside of the Ziggs. Ziggs still could be mid, though, so we'll see where they decide to put the Ziggs in the next rotation of picks. As Nico going to be banned away from Islamic Samurai, Caitlyn Nico, an extremely strong and potent bot lane duo.
We got the Jace ban coming through on the side of Conduit. I feel like Jace is just super strong right now, especially with the new item changes.
I think Jace is bait for every elo below Diamond. I
don't disagree with you.
Like, if you can play Jace... Okay, he's Emerald. Pop-Tart said that Hunter one-tricks Jace. It's like, if you're one-tricking Jace, and you want, like, and you're good at Jace, you would not be playing in this elo. I hate to break it to some people. Jace has such a high skill ceiling that, like, unless you're either very experienced with the champion or just very good at the game, you're not going to get the most value out of Jace.
I mean, like Jace is kind of on my list of champions that you don't play under like Masters, mid diamond, but you know that doesn't mean that we're not we're not going to see it. It just means that I will complain about it.
Yeah, hey, you won't be the only one. As the other bands are Renekton and Yone. So Conduit believing that this might not be the Ziggs mid, might be in that bot lane role. As okay, Smolder is being hovered here. So now the thing is that
Yeah.
Ziggs still could be in the bot lane, and this could be Smolder mid. I haven't seen Smolder mid in a minute, but it
Is Efron a Smolder enjoyer? Oh, we lost Chong. Oh no, man. I don't know if Efron is a Smolder enjoyer or not. We do have Braum locked in on the side of Conduit. So it is a Caitlyn Braum bot lane. Oh, Wheeze. Yes, Wheeze filing Smolder. Thanks, Pop-Tart. And we have a Heimerdinger hover for the side of Conduit. Oh no.
I'm alive again.
Alright. Alright, I got scared for a second because there was a Heimerdinger hover. And
I
it
mean,
was giving me Paige vibes. Only Paige
I've-
can pull off Heimerdinger top.
I've hovered Heimerdinger before when I used to play with Peas, so maybe that's why they're hovering it, but in certain lanes, Heimerdinger actually works. I don't think it's with this composition. Also, I very much dislike the Braum pick here for the side of Conduit, because Braum kind of neutralizes what Caitlyn wants to do in lane. They kind of have polar opposite ways they want to play the lane. Braum's more of a pick for the team for later game, as Camille is going to be actually picked here up in the top lane for the side of Monkeys Inc. And I've talked to a lot of top lane players, and I think we're all in consensus that Camille is like extremely weak right now. So I'm kind of surprised to see Hunter going with that pick.
Yeah, I honestly have not seen Camille played very recently in like solo queue, norms, comp play. Genuinely just haven't seen it much, so we'll have to see how it turns out. I do like the Ornn pickup though. I think that the Ornn upgrades for the side of Conduit will be a point where, you know, they could kind of take control of this game, so we'll have to see.
Yeah. It also gives them a very good engage option as well, because you can combo it with the Pantheon ultimate and then get the Ornn Horn across as well and get a lot of good setup for your long range DPS in the Caitlyn and Hui. I think the Monkeys comp has more easier to execute engage options with just like Leona and Maokai, but we'll see how these two comps do. But now, Loki, I gotta ask you, you got the first prediction right. Who do you think with these two drafts is winning game number 2?
I mean, okay, I'm gonna have to say Conduit this game, because with the Monkeys draft, you kind of have put a lot of your eggs in the Smolder basket, and the Smolder can't get his stacks off. You just have a baby dragon. And Caitlyn's a lane bully, so I don't really know how the Caitlyn Smolder matchup is. I haven't played AD carry in a hot minute, but I don't know. I just have to say I kind of like the draft of Conduit more.
So Loki gonna be in the Conduit camp here for this game. I tend to disagree in this game, actually. I think the Monkeys draft is better. So I personally think Monkeys is going to win this one. But the only way we're going to find that out is when these teams load onto the Rift and face off. With that, we're going to head to a short break as teams finish up the champion select. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Tryna hold my feeling, I don't know what's right. I'll find the best way, I think that I might. I know you made it in the nick of time. I'm calling on you. I think we're made of something. something. I think we're made of something.
Big way when I'm walking, pray when I'm talking next to you. Fight for my attention, for your ascension, you must prove it. 'Cause if you can find it, you don't confine it, you let it move. Make way for the genie, scream for the dream, may come true. Have you ever played with a queen? I can show you what I mean. I can make you feel free. I got you in another league. Can you meet me on my level? Oh baby, is your reign over? Can you battle with the devil? Oh baby, is the game over?
And we are back for game number 2. Conduit going to be on the blue side. Monkey's going to be on the red side. And it is the Smolder mid with the Ziggs bot lane. And we can see again that Wheeze is going with that Deathfire Grasp once again.
I don't know, maybe it will be good on Smolder. Like
I just-
stacking champ number 2, as we were talking about in like the off broadcast.
Sorry, Deathfire Touch. My bad. Not Deathfire Grasp, but the Deathfire Touch. But I don't know. I think Smolder, it's kind of similar to the Caitlyn lane where he would really struggle because he's just outranged. It's similarly with playing into this Hui, and I think Hui is one of Efron's better champions. So we'll see how it goes for him. As we can see here, Ludacris going with the classic Ornn tech. He actually only bought that refillable potion, and then when he has, I believe, when he has either 400 or 450 gold, he'll either buy just like a ruby crystal or a starting item for himself. So we'll see what he elects to go with that Ornn passive, as this lane isn't going to be as fun for Slappy anymore with it being Ziggs bot, because he just loses to wave clear once Grim is on that lost chapter, and Grim also did bring TP while Slappy went for the barrier. I think knowing that it was the Ziggs bot as the AD carry on the other team going against it, you just go barrier to have some form of lane control whatsoever.
Yeah. And we see an early play up top side from Hunter onto Ludacris. I don't know the matchup of like Camille versus Ornn, but got some fighting here in the bot lane.
I thought it was going to be much more better for the Monkeys bot lane, but Slappy and Islamic get a really good trade, but Slappy loses half of HP, and, you know, Islamic is still full health, but overall with Slappy losing more HP and only having one pot, while you can see Graham has potions and biscuits, it's going to be a lot better for the Monkeys lane to be able to get that one out early, because then it gives them more plays they can make in the bot lane, as Fallen's going to take a bit of damage here, as wave control secured by the side of Conduit, which means if Black Eyed Peas wanted to look for a play in the enemy jungle, his bot lane can rotate quicker.
Okay. We'll have to see. Both junglers are passing down bot side, so I'll be expecting some early ganks here from both Glada and Black Eyed Peas.
I just realized we got a new starting item in the inventory. Ludacris picked up the new Doran's Helm. What that item does, once again, I don't know. Okay, 110 health, 10 of both resistances, and attacks deal 5 bonus physical damage to minions. So, a new tank starting item.
Yeah, I have not seen that starting item yet, but
Hold on, Islamic goes in to try to get some damage onto this bot lane as the Zenith Blade is used as well. Islamic is actually losing this trade. He's ignited as well. He's going to have to flash away. Grim actually gets stunned up here. Slappy getting a lot of damage down. Grim's going to flash away. Now Slappy flash forward, use a barrier of his own. He's going to get hit with the Zenith Blade, but he's still going to get that first blood. Rooted up is actually the enemy support, as I lost names, but it doesn't matter because Blackhead P shows up, flashes in, and they're actually able to pick up both kills in the bot lane without losing either of their teammates, as Conduit gets on the board first in this game and doesn't get a trade back.
a 2-0 start in that bot lane for Conduit is they're feeling good here, but Hunter's looking for something up here on top side.
Yeah, I mean, Ludacris has no mana now, and Hunter's actually been playing with his mana bar very well, so he actually has a lot of threat here onto Ludacris. We'll see what he does. He's actually just going to try to drop the minion aggro. He's taking a lot of damage here. Glada is up in the top lane, so Glada might look for a play here with his top laner. We'll see how they set this one up. Ludacris a little too far extended. Sapling Toss is used. Hook Shot is used. He actually flashed away. Doesn't fall down as the Encharged Q. Comet Spear doesn't hit on the Hunter, who has to flash away after taking 2 turret shots. And now that's 2 summoner spells used used by Monkeys Inc. to not even get the kill on Ludacris. Ludacris timed his flash perfectly to survive that play.
All right. We've got some trading down here in bot side. Ooh, Slappy taking some serious damage here from Fallen Warrior.
Yeah, Slappy losing a lot of HP down there, just losing the trade hard as Islamic kind of just ignored him for the most part. And I don't know, if I'm Slappy, I'm not happy with how that trade went because Islamic kind of just left you out for dry. As now they're the ones who are going to be getting pushed in right now. And oh, a lot of damage there again onto Slappy. A nice timed use of the explosive minefield there out of Grim to Fire to get Slappy as he used that 90 caliber net to disengage. All right, Fallen Warrior actually going to get stunned up here, taking a lot of damage back from the enemy bot lane, but both of them are using now. Oranhorn is being called in the top lane. The Searing Charge is used to get the knock-up on the Hunter. Hunter down a level right now. Ludacris is winning this trade against the Brittle procs, but the use of the hook shot is going to keep Hunter alive up there in the top lane.
Alive on very low health bars, but Pantheon is in the area here, so Hunter does need to be careful.
Yeah, they could look for the dive if they want to, but you can see on the minimap, Hunter hightailed it out there, went all the way back, not wanting to be dove at this point in the game and lose a whole lot of minion gold and experience up here in the top lane as Fallen Warrior is 10 HP, very close to falling down there in the bot lane. That's another good trade by the side of the Conduit Buckeyes bot lane. Is going to get them in a wave state they are happy with, and then just match a reset here and get more gold on Slappy, who we can see is on Pickaxe. He's probably also going for Hex Optics first item. I wouldn't be shocked at that one. So already getting a lot of damage out here early.
It seems like Smolder is seems to be, surviving fairly decent in this lane. I don't know if it just gets worse over time because I'm not a mid laner, but
yeah, I'm not really sure how this mid lane goes. I just thought in head Hui can outrange the Smolder, so it can be difficult. But a bigger thing to talk about is the CS advantage in the jungle. We can see here, Glada has 52 minions to 37. He's clearing very effectively. We even saw him for a brief moment stealing away Pisa's Raptor camp as well. So Glada using the power of how strong of a clearer Maokai actually is in comparison to the Pantheon, but at the same time, now on the minimap, we can see Peas up there in the top lane, stealing away the enemy red buff. So it looks like both jungles kind of splitting the map right now.
yeah, I agree. The gold is somewhat even though. It's only about an 800 gold difference.
All right, the Mega Inferno Bomb used bot lane to try to get some damage, but just completely whiffs. So not sure why we popped that one as Grim to Fire. I think there was one minion there, but a lot of damage out here from Ludacris again, using the Ornn combos very well with the Brittle stacks. As Slappy's been losing out on all these trades, but at the end of the day, he's the one with the kill and not a death. So not the worst case scenario for him so far, as another Searing Charge is used up here in the top lane. Hunter taking a lot of damage from Ludacris at this point, showing that Camille isn't the counter pick into Ornn at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's seemingly so. I'm interested, how is Smolder stacking actually?
Oh, a nice buffer there out of Hunter, and Ludacris is still looking to go in. He's getting the Brittle procs. He has flash if he wants. Oh, he doesn't have flash yet, as the W there, the tactical sweep from Camille gets the slow. Very nice buffer on the ultimate knockup by using his own to get the unstoppable frames there. So very well played there, but I just don't think this matchup ever gets any better for Camille at any point in this game.
No, I don't see how Camille, gets the upper hand here, but we do see that Black Eyed Peas does secure the 3 Void Grubs, and we still have first strike of the game up. Neither jungler has really paid much attention to it. Maokai is at the top side of the map, so.
And this is where I think getting Void Grubs is a better trade, a better play, because it wasn't traded for the dragon. You just get the Void Grubs for free, and now you can still play for this first dragon as the side of Conduit Buckeyes. That's the only time I ever think Void Grubs are worth it. I think when you're just getting them, it's oh, they're getting first dragon, let's get Void Grubs. I don't think it's a positive play for your team overall, unless you have very strong split push. But I think in situations like that, it's very good, as even everywhere is sorry, CS is pretty even everywhere except for in that jungle where that's where the gap is, and that's why it's only 1,000 gold lead for the side of Conduit. Besides, despite getting those first 2 kills down in the bottom lane, as Ludacris is gonna slam his head into his own pillar and not get any damage. As Conduit is starting up this first dragon, it should be no contest here from the side of Monkeys Inc. As trades are looking a little better at some points for Hunter, but I think overall they're losing as now Grimdefire actually may be caught out. Satchel Charge hits onto Slappy. They're still looking to go forward for this one. The ultimate is used. Grand Starfall in from Black Eyed Peas. They're looking to get the damage across. It's a flash out of Grimdefire. He's exhausted up, but it doesn't matter because picked up by Black Eyed Peas. He used the Mega in front of him to get a little bit of chip damage, but it doesn't mean anything. As in the backside, Efron is here. He got a lot of damage onto Glada. He got the Spiraling Despair, but Glada's going to get away. Flash forward out of Black Eyed Peas. And in the meantime, Islamic Samurai dies to Grimdefire? What?
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 How?
Was he tanking turret for 30 years? What? Oh wait, Slappy might just die here.
Slappy. No.
Okay, has to pop barrier and
Oh my
flash.
God.
Why are we popping both? Just pop. Okay, I need to calm down. Okay, so good play by Conduit. They get Dragon, and then they get the kill in the bot lane. And then out of nowhere, Islamic Samurai dies, Slappy greeds, and loses both summoners. So it becomes a just okay play for them. Alright, as Islamic Samurai is taking a 1v1 and is losing. I don't know what he expected.
Yeah, I mean, not sure. Can we have a smolder stack when you have a second pop tart?
95.
95. All right.
I mean, we're stacking good. As once again, Hunter has no
Oh, no.
HP, uses the hook shot, flash, and it doesn't matter because he still gets shut down. As now Glad is trying to get away from Black Eyed Peas, but Peas is looking on the hunt. He smites Glad. Glad doesn't have flash, remember, as Efron takes a lot of damage from Wheeze, has to flash over the wall himself. As now Wheeze is in a bad spot. He's going to use the Achu, flashes away from the Ludicrous Orin on the way, and Ludicrous is still looking for this one. Could be in a lot of trouble, Wheeze, but he's going to dodge away from that Volcanic Rupture and not be in trouble anymore. As actually he still could be. Walks forward, he's getting a lot of damage onto Peas. Peas uses the Aegis Assault in, and now he's got the shield up, getting a lot of damage, and the Comet Spear is there to pick up the kill. And that is the power of Pantheon as Hunter TPs into the mid lane to get nothing besides the wave that's there for him.
That's a 3-0 Pantheon right now. That's pretty terrifying for the side of Monkeys. He is very far ahead right now.
You know, the past couple days I've been watching all the LCK games in my free time, and I got to one of the Gen G series where Canyon was on Pantheon, and I think he was like 8-2 at one point, and I watched him W onto the enemy jungler and kill them in one full spell rotation. I was like, okay, yeah, that's how strong Pantheon is right now.
Absolutely.
As another winning trade up here for Ludicrous. I think Ludicrous is just like, I don't need Bommy's items to win my lanes, because like once again he's elected to not pick one up as he's just winning this trade with Hunter every single time we look up in top lane.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not a fun lane for Hunter this game.
All right, Fallen Warrior actually might be in trouble here. The concussive blows are stacked up, and now P's getting a lot of damage. Doesn't have the empowered Comet Spear. Uses it to get it fully empowered, as he might just look for a snipe kill here. Gets stunned here, and just doesn't time it right. And Fallen Warriors are going to fall down. Now, wait, hold on. Flash away, smited. It's stunned up, and now Peas are going to pick up his 4th kill of the game, as now Glad is up here in the top lane. Sapling tossed into the brush, uses that twisted advance onto Ludicrous. Ludicrous going to call the Orinhorn, flash away from it. We'll see if he's actually able to pick up one. He's going to pick up 1 kill onto Ludicrous, and he's not going to be able to escape. Glad is going to be able to pick this one. Oh, wait, hold on. Is Glad? Yep, Grant Bamble Smash going to pick that one up, but Ludicrous outplays in the top lane in a 1v2 and picks up a 1-for-1 trade.
I mean, they did get the shutdown on Ornn. I mean, it's gold in the pocket of Monkeys right now.
I mean, yes, but like your counter pick Camille is hard losing in this 1v1,
Yeah.
and then the enemy Pantheon is 4-0, and it's like, okay, Yeah, like your win con is like, oh wait, Slappy might just be
Oh
dead here. He
no.
gets hit by a random bouncing bomb and another one and shut down. I don't know how Grim thought he was there, but he was like, let me just toss this bouncing bomb into this alcove and see what happens. And it ends up being good for him. He gets a shutdown onto the enemy AD carry.
And now they leave a Ziggs alone with a tower bot side, which, Ziggs is kind of known to blow up turrets, so. It does look like Black Eyed Peas is coming down to try and, like, slow roll this tower.
Yeah, I don't know if it's enough because we see it, Satchel Charge just able to pick up that turret so easily. And, like, that's just the power of Ziggs. Like, he was left alone for, like, 30 seconds, and the turret had 2 plates, and then it was just immediately gone. As a nice buffer there from Ludacris, but still takes a pretty bad trade. As now Fallen Warrior is getting slowed here by Islamic Samurai, but he's going to be able to escape that one altogether.
All right, and the gold actually has evened up between the two teams. Dead even.
I do think it is those back-to-back shutdowns, one on to Ludacris and then one on to Slappy. A lot of gold got injected back into their pockets, but also it's the jungle CS lead, the first turret, and just like Ziggs winning in platings as Weez takes a lot of damage, but once again we're panning back up to the top lane. Islamic Samurai very scarily low at this point in the game. At this point in the game. He's been low for a while. As a nice satchel charge there by Grim the Fire onto Black Eyed Peas, doesn't let him get the stun. As the Twisted Advanced is used, is going to get on to Islamic. Mom called by Weez as well. Is now Slappy's trying to trade with the Baby Dragon, and he's going to be able to win it. As Efron is able to pick up the kill on to Gladder with the use of that Spiraling Despair and all the other abilities at his utility. As now it's Grim is still extremely low here. Mega Inferno Bomb is available for Grim the Fire as they're getting a lot of damage onto Fallen Warrior. Peas flashes it in, gets the stun. Another stun comes out from Fallen Warrior, but he gets knocked up by the Glacial Fissure, and it doesn't matter. Slappy able to pick that one up with the ace in the hole.
All right. Well, I feel like every time like I mention like a fight going in the way of monkeys, they show me that like it doesn't. So we now have a 4-0 Pantheon who is terrifying. The second Drake of the game is just gonna go right over to Conduit, which is a mountain dragon. Not really something that is.
Oh, wait, Efron's just gonna kill Grim to Fire. It doesn't matter that he used the Mega Inferno Bomb to pick up Islamic Samurai because it cost him his life. As yeah, like you said, P is very, very strong on this Pantheon. You can see he's already on that Sundered Sky. Picked up the second dragon of the game. He's going to transform the Smite item now at this point. Was behind on that, but that is just kind of the essence of Maokai to Pantheon. Maokai clears so much quicker than Pantheon does. As now this game is looking rougher and rougher for the side of the Monkeys Inc.
Yeah, it is looking very rough. Like they need to find a really good angle to come back in. And I just don't see it happening as much as like, it would be great if they could make a comeback. I just don't know where that angle is.
It's pray that Weez can get the stacks very quickly and then not be touched in a team fight. Like, because, like, the Grim to Fire Weez poke can do a lot to the composition of Conduit, but it's just a question of if they're ever going to be able to do it, because you see there, he tries to get the true cross. Oh, wait, now Weez might actually just die there, flash away, but he's hit with the Spiraling Despair. It doesn't matter that you use Mom, because your fate is sealed even before that, as now Ludacris is looking to trade onto Hunter up again in the top lane, because Black Eyed Peas is here in his back pocket. Orinhorn is called. The hook shot is used. He's going to dodge away from it, but he's going to live, as now Efron just gets free time to push in the bot lane after killing the enemy Smolder.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to like say anything about like these type of games like when they are very one-sided. I do see the potential from Monkeys. Hopefully Weez can get these stacks going. Hunter, you are very low, my friend. Your health
might just die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might just die in the next 5 seconds if Ludacris wants him to be. But Ludacris not gonna go for it just yet. He's just gonna pick up the CS. Probably pick up this turret here. Oh wait, never mind. He's gonna cancel the recall here. I like that play out of Ludacris to cancel the reset and not go for the kill. Okay, never mind. He gets the kill anyway. As I said, he doesn't get. Oh my god! It flashes the mastery as well. That's crazy. That's crazy.
BM, bro. The BM.
I mean, I think there's a reason why people aren't picking Camille. And now Glada might just be dead here. Black Eyed Peas does so much damage as the Solar Flare is used to try to get space for his jungler. As now, actually, Weez on the backside. Weez can do a lot of damage here. Mom, Twisting Advance are out. Black Eyed Peas is low. Islamic is low, but they're going to flash away from this one. They're trying to get this one in. Zenith Blue not in range. Now Slappy's looking to get some damage onto Grimdefire. He's actually going to lose the trade here, and now he's the one in trouble. No flash, no barrier, but luckily no Solar Flare. Fallen could have flashed for it if he wanted to, but now chooses to go for it, and luckily, nobody falls down in a very close exchange. Grimdefire actually has to flash away from the Efron ability, and Efron kind of playing. Oh wait, hold on. Ludacris is looking for more. The ult is there. It gets on to Grimdefire. He falls down. As now Gladys taking a lot of damage from these two. Gets knocked up. Grim spiraling despair onto Efron, out of Efron onto Glada. Glada trying to kite this one out, and now Wee's actually going to be the one in trouble. Glada gets flashed on by Ludacris, falls down to the Bramble Stacks. Now Ludacris luckily doesn't knock anybody up, but now Hunter TP's in to be CC'd up immediately, taking a lot of damage, using that ultimate to try to clear some space for himself, but it's just not going to be enough so far. Fallen Warrior and everybody on the side is so low. Ludacris goes in again, but flash away from Fallen Warrior, but then uses the Zenith Blade to immediately get back in. Ludacris will fall down in the end to Fallen Warrior, but Conduit is winning that team fight handsomely.
I just watched these team fights like so go in the way of Conduit, and I just don't have words right now. We've got a 4-0 Pantheon, 4-0 Hwei, a 4-1 Caitlyn. And an Ornn that is like whooping this Camille.
Don't forget, it's also a 4-2 Ornn. He also has 4 kills. Everybody on Conduit has 4 kills. They need to get 3 more for Islamic Samurai so he can feel involved.
$17-5. We've got like a 3K gold lead. There still is a chance. Baron's up. I'm waiting for Conduit just to rip Baron, honestly.
I mean, they're at a point where, like, it's once again similar to last game where, like, their team composition isn't super great at taking Baron. So, like, they kind of need to get a couple kills beforehand or get a really good setup. As now the Mega Inferno Bomb is used, putting Slappy to about half HP. And, like I said, like, the Ziggs and Smolder Poke can do a lot, but it just has to connect. Is now Efron in a weird position. Hunter just getting the top lane turret for free because Ludacris is here with his team. Peas and Islamic are looking to zone right now as the dragon is on the rift. It's going to be an Infernal Soul again, but with HP bars low and Hunter was splitting in the top lane and with having the mid lane being shoved, it's going to be Monkeys who take over the area and start up this dragon. We'll see if Conduit has a response. Slappy's still extremely low here. Could just fall down from one Ziggs combo. We'll see what happens, what Conduit decides to do.
Peas does have ultimate here.
Right, dragon's about
really worth it, but it's one dragon. I don't think it's a really big issue to give one, so.
Right, Rift Herald called up in the mid lane by the side of Monkeys Inc. It's going to be stopped early by the side of Conduit. They might just be able to take this down before it charges. But also, teamfight can happen at any second. They're not actually going to hit the eye. Oh, wait, Smite comes out. They're able to get it before it charges. I thought they weren't going to be able to, honestly. Very close there.
It looks like both teams want to start some type of team fight here, but like nobody just wants to pull the trigger.
All right, Ludacris is actually going to be the one to start it up, and Grimdefire is going to instantly get deleted from the damage that can come out from Efron. Also, we can see there on the HP bars, Weez has hit his Smolder stacks. He is a fully trained dragon now, has that XQ bar as well, 251 stacks. So these team fights can be turned around now, but it's easier said than done for the side of Monkeys Inc. as Islamic's taking a lot of damage. Slap is very low. Mom is used as well, but luckily the Braum shield is there. Actually, Solar Flare hits. Weez flashes in, gets stunned up, gets knocked up again, taking a lot of tower damage. This Fallen Warrior. Fallen Warrior is going to fall down to Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas is going to dodge away from the Achu, and he's actually going to live, and nobody falls down to the Smolder flashing in besides his own teammate who'd started tanking turret for him.
That's a tragic. Was a little bit of a back and forth in the bot side, but it looks like Ornn did call the Forge God out. But
and I don't know why. I'm very confused as why he used that ability. Like, Hunter was nowhere near him, and he's like, time to call the ult.
And he was Hunter's full health, so like I don't really understand what we're doing there, but he was asserting dominance, just let it happen, Chung.
Like, maybe if Peas was ulting in, but, like, Peas has no HP from that mid lane play, so, like, I don't know why. Ace in the hole used there in the mid lane by Slappy to get some chip damage onto Grimdefire, as, once again, trading in the bot lane. Maybe this is the point where Camille starts winning, as you can see Ludacris is at half HP now, and Hunter is relatively healthy.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, he's still only Hunter only has one completed item to Orange 2.
I call it 2.5 because he has the ornament as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of ornaments, you can see he's already dealt 3 out on the IE for Slappy, on the Blackfire Torch for Efron as well. So it's really like the gold lead in the game shows 3,000 gold, but it's really closer to like almost 5,000 gold at this point in the game, or because of how powerful the ornament upgrades are.
Yep. All right, Conduit is looking to close in this mid game.
All right, hold on. The ult is used here by Glada in the mid lanes. Islamic taking some damage here, but really comes for nothing. Glada just laid on the play, used the ult to maybe try to like zone so they can't go any further, but they still end up losing the mid lane turret and then just use an ultimate for kind of nothing. So it seems like Monkey's just on the back foot this game from level 1, and now Fallen Warriors is going to walk into his own death here. Wait, hold on. He does hit the ultimate on Slappy. Slappy flash away, gets hit by everything, and actually falls down to Wheeze. Wheeze picking up his first kill of the game, picks up 2, and now Black Eyed Peas is in with Ludacris in onto the backline. Grimdefire going to fall down. 2 Black Eyed Peas. Wheeze trying to kite this one out as Hunter falls in, but it doesn't matter because Peas has the execute onto the enemy Smolder, and now the ultimate is used here by Camille. Hunter going to pick up the shutdown on the Black Eyed Peas, but now Ludacris and Efron are looking to fight this one out. Hunter once again hits the hook shot on Efron. Efron has to flash away, hits the fear on to Hunter, and now Hunter is running away with the rest of his team, but Efron can put out so much damage from so far away, and Ludacris is extremely tanky, and now it kind of looks like both teams just backing away from the fight at this point as Glada walks back in. Ludacris not pressing it any further with how low Efron is, but we see Wheeze pick up 2 kills there, but it doesn't matter because the rest of the Conduit team is extremely strong as well.
Yeah, this Conduit team is very strong. Now, if they could just get a shutdown on Efron, maybe Monkeys would be like in a more comfy position, but I don't think anyone's killing that ore in this game. I'm gonna be real. I don't think anyone's getting through that.
I mean, if it's anybody, it's got to be Wheeze with the execute, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's weird to say that I don't think anyone has the damage to cut through an Ornn, but like.
Oh, wait, hold on. Ornhorn used again onto Grimdefire. He tried to use the Satchel Charge, but it gets knocked up anyway, and Efron immediately deletes him as a Twisted Advance is used in the mid lane. He's hit by the Spiraling Despair out of Efron. Knocked up by Ludacris. Falls down again. A double kill here for Efron. As now Fallen Warriors caught out by Black Eyed Peas. Another fear coming out from Efron as the Mom is used by Wheeze. It doesn't matter because his whole team falls to shambles. Hunter's on the flank, but it doesn't matter because Conduit pulls the trigger and gets 3. They're going to get Dragon, and they could potentially look to siege in the mid lane too, as Wheeze is the only one responding right now. We can see Hunter off on the side on the minimap. They're starting to take down this turret. We'll see if the side of Monkeys wants to play this one. Oh my god, Wheeze just loses all his HP. Wait, Hunter goes in. He doesn't get the stun on the Slappy, and now he's exhausted. He's almost stunned up. He has to use a flash to keep himself safe. And, I mean, it's so hard for Hunter to go in for a play like that when Islamic is just standing on top of his AD carry with exhaust. You do negative damage in that situation.
Yeah, there really is not much that they can do there. I feel like this side of Conduit just got so big so quickly. They are
I
at
mean,
full point here, so.
Yeah, Efron's on 3 items, Slappy's on 3 items now, and you can see Peas in the inventory. He's got a cloth armor and a BF sword, which means he's on his way to a guardian angel for himself, and I really do like that pickup. I think it's extremely smart for him to do. And you can see Wheeze, he went for the Essence Reaver and then went IE second. Normally when I see Essence Reaver on Smolder, I see the Spear Shojin and then the IE, but he maybe felt like he needed that like upfront damage more than he needed to like constantly rotate his abilities in a team fight.
Yeah, I would say he just went the IE for the damage. I don't know what the item that he's building right now is. I don't know what that buckle item is.
He's building the Shojin now as
Oh,
Fallen
alright.
Warriors just deleted off the face of the earth. And now Hunter TP's in. Ornhorn being called here by Ludicrous. Twisted Advanced also used. It's only successful onto Glada, as now Islamic is extremely low. He falls down to Wheeze, and now this is the team fight where Monkeys can come alive. Now Wheeze and Grim the Fire get their time to free fire. Ludicrous is caught. He goes unstoppable. He's trying to kite out, but he's once again stunned here by Hunter. The Spiraling Despair lands onto Grim the Fire. Wheeze is extremely low. Grim gets deleted, as now Wheeze is burning. He's at 10 HP, but it doesn't matter because he's got fruit to help him stay healthy, as that was the ideal situation for the side of Monkeys, and they still almost lost that team fight with how much Efron can do.
Yeah, Efron's scary.
They're still in trouble here. Efron gets the fear onto Hunter. Hunter's half HP. Oh, wait, Peas ults in. He's looking for a play onto Wheeze. Oh, Efron gets the kill onto Hunter. And now Wheeze has to run away, try to dodge all this artillery that can come out of Efron's back pocket. Smite used onto Glada out of Black Eyed Peas. Wheeze falls down. And now Glada is just being assaulted by the jungle mid duo from the side of Conduit Buckeyes, as Efron 10-0-6, his jungle partner in crime 9-1-6. These two are determining the pace of the game and how they want to play. They're not waiting for you guys to scale up and get online.
No, there is no waiting on the side of Conduit at all. Efron is terrifying. Holy. Fallen Warrior, I don't think you want to be there, buddy.
I feel like Fallen Warrior hasn't wanted to be anywhere where he's been this game, if we're being honest. Like,
yeah,
I like Leona, I put her in the same category as Nautilus, where it's like, this champ looks really good if your team is winning. But if your team is behind, this champion looks really bad, because your only ability to get in is not a way to get you out. So when you go in and if your team's behind, it's like, hey man, you need to start a fight for us. And then you go in, you die, and then it's like, we weren't ready. It's like cool, you're gonna end the game with like a 1 in 10 KDA. Like, it's rough when you're on these like style of champions.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, Leona does have a great go in button, but there is no go out button. You know, it's all men go in.
Your escape button as Leona is hoping the rest of your team kills the enemy team.
Yeah, before they get to you.
All right, but now as we're in another little bit of a lull, we can talk about some more items here. We can see Ludicrous picked up that Hex Optics belt, the Hex Tech Proto belt. You can see the Guardian Angel completed here for Black Eyed Peas. You can see Efron on his way to a Death Cap. And then you can see on the enemy side, Glada has picked up a, I forget the name of that, the MR Abyssal Mask. I was so blanking on that. Thank you, Pop Tart. Abyssal Mask picked up for Glada. Spear Shojin finally in for Wheeze. You can see 3 items here on Grim the Fire with the Horizon Focus, the Ludens, and the Death Cap. So the side of Monkeys, they do damage, but is it more damage than Conduit does at this point in the game?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like Conduit kind of has this, like, in the bag. But I'm waiting for Monkeys to kind of just, like, pull something out and surprise me.
Okay, Glada's just at half HP here. Afron gets the ulti onto Glada. Glada's gonna burn, take a lot of damage here. Now Wheeze is trying to get some damage back with Grim the Fire. They are both low right now. Peas is on the way in, looking for this play. Ludicrous is following. He gets in onto Wheeze. Does so much damage in a few seconds. The ultimate is used by Ludicrous. Glada uses it to try to peel for his mid laner. Wheeze barely gets away from the Common Spear out of Black Eyed Peas to keep himself alive. And luckily, nobody falls for the side of Monkeys. But so much priority is created by the side of Conduit. They are going to be able to pick up this Infernal Soul on this team comp that is already dealing so much damage is insane. As you see Efron just in the mid lane clearing waves, poking on 4 items now, and that's about to be a 4-item Hui. Oh my god. I thought Grim stole that for a second, but it's actually Ludicrous who picks up the dragon for the side of Conduit Buckeyes.
That's crazy here. I don't know if there is much that Monkeys can do this game. I like to be like positive here, but genuinely, like they would need a team fight where like they just protect Wheeze, like where Monkeys just like protects Wheeze for the entirety and Wheeze can clean up. That's about like what Monkeys needs in the next team fight.
I do want to complain to Grimdefire that he hasn't switched over to Blue Trinket and he's level 15 and he's playing Ziggs. Like, if you're playing Ziggs, you need Blue Trinket because, like, you just Blue Trinket somebody, and if they're not paying attention, they're just instantly deleted off the map. But yeah, he's just sticking with that yellow boy for now. We'll see if he ever switches it over, as now he does have the arm guard in inventory, and he's going to take some damage there. Locket used by Fallen Warrior to try to keep Grim from taking too much damage. I think that's a little egregious. We'll see if it comes to matter in the next couple of seconds.
All right, looks like Grim is gonna come right face to face with Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, and hey, maybe if he had Locky, he could have lived for a few more seconds, but he falls down. Mom is used here. Now Efron is trying to get some damage on the Fallen Warrior. Wheeze is actually getting his time to free fire. Efron's going to be able to pick up that kill, as now the ult out of Gladys connects onto Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas is actually going to go back in. Wheeze oversteps. Efron picks up another kill, as now Gladys the one who's in a whole lot of trouble. A triple kill picked up for Efron on this way, and that might just mean the end of this game. Conduit looking to push us to a game 3. It is Hunter versus the world for the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, Hunter. I don't know about this, man.
Yeah, I
just marching right into the base.
All right, hold on. Peas is ulting in. He's looking for more. He's looking for blood, but Hunter just runs away. He doesn't want any of the smoke. All right, never mind. He actually goes in for some reason. He's going to get hook-shotted away, get knocked up at the end, and it doesn't matter because Conduit Buckeyes picks up game number 2, sending us to our first game 3 of the season.
Of course, it would be a Monkeys versus Conduit team that brings us to 3 games.
I mean, what can I say?
13-0 Efron Anhui and 10-1 Pantheon. That's craziness.
I mean, yeah, Conduit just played around their mid jungle so well this game. Like Peas, I felt like Peas and Efron were like all over the map this game, just doing everything that the team needed them to, and like it worked out extremely well. Like Ludacris also had a very good game, even if like the scoreline doesn't look the most impressive. He was very impactful in this game, as was Slappy and Islamic. I think Monkeys got behind very early, and it became very difficult for them to play the game with the comp that they had drafted. They got close to turning around some of these fights, but, you know, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. At the end of the day, you can stack your smolder up enough, but if he's deleted in 3 seconds, it's very hard for him to carry a team fight.
Yeah, I agree. I guess we will have to see what game 3 holds for us.
And we are back for game number 3, the final game between Monkeys Inc. and Conduit Buckeyes. Teams have swapped sides back to their original ones in game number 1. To run through really quickly of the bans, Monkeys Inc. has banned away Gwen, Syndra, and Trundle, while Conduit Buckeyes has banned away Skarner and Seraphine. I almost said Syndra again. And then first pick, it's going to be the Misfortune for the side of Monkeys Inc. as Conduit looking to answer with a Jinx of their own.
I'm actually a big fan of the Misfortune pickup. I love that champion. Big fan.
I mean, as somebody who has recently played with a extremely good Misfortune player, this champion can actually hard carry games. Like, she does so much more damage than I thought she did recently, and I see why she has higher prio in like lower tier leagues than like people expect. But Jinx is the tried and true, just super skill AD carry. If she gets to late game and she can free fire, she's probably going to win you the game. And then Poppy going to be the pick here. So could be Poppy top, could be jungle, could be support. Conduit has their options open with that pick there. And now, Loki, I got to ask you. So we can't have Kai'Sa in this series because all the AD carries have been picked already. So what champion do you want to see picked that isn't named Kai'Sa?
Syndra.
Well, that's banned.
I'd like to see. Oh, that's banned. All right. Well, you know what? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, what? Mel's banned. Syndra's banned. I'm trying to think of like what these people's champ pools are.
Oh, I don't care if it's their champ pool. Just like if you want, say what champion you want to pick.
I would like to see a Jinx Lulu bot lane. I'm not gonna lie. I think Lulu would go hard here, but I guess it will depend on the rest of like the team comp. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything special you want to see? And where is this? Is this in a Mumu Misfortune bot lane?
Yes, with Lilia in the jungle. I was very happy about the Lilia pick, and then they picked a Mumu support, and if I'm Conduit, I'm slamming Milio. Like, I'm slamming Milio, I'm telling Slappy to take cleanse, and I'm building Mikhail's first item, and then the Monkeys team comp is kind of homeless.
Yeah, no, I agree with you here.
Like, I feel like if Conduit doesn't pick Milio, they're griefing.
Oh.
Okay, they're just gonna pick
I wanted to see. I actually wanted to see Ludacris's Renekton.
I understand wanting to prioritize the Renekton that's been banned out all season, but if Monkeys Inc. is smart and they ban away the Milio, their team comp is extremely strong in comparison to Conduit's.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Emilio ban here, actually. Unless it's Poppy support, which then I don't know what.
I don't care if you were thinking it was, like, if I'm Conduit and I was like, oh, this Poppy's probably going to be support, is that okay, Islamic? And then it's like, you see them pick that 3, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Peas, you're playing Poppy this game, we're picking Milio.
Yeah, I mean, like, that would be, like, ideal, but I mean... Alright, we're gonna ban Ken, and we're banning Talia away from Efron, which, honestly, not a bad move.
I think that's... I just feel like that's like a pick where like Efron wasn't gonna pick it because it's not like super good into the Monkeys comp either. So like I think you could have banned the Milio if they don't ban it here. We'll see what they elect to ban, but I don't know. Like Monkeys is the tried and true press R team composition, while like Conduit has more options to their team comp so far with the Renekton and the Jinx both out there. Both in their team comp so far. We'll see if the
Using Efron.
we'll see. We'll see if we actually do get the Milio, because I think that is the best support available to you right now on the side of Conduit. We'll see what they elect to pick here on their R4.
Come on. No. No. I told you it was Poppy support. I told you it was Poppy support. I'm so sad right now. I'm so sad.
I want to go. I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to give myself the Conduit role and leave this call and go yell at all of them. And then they pick. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't care. I don't care what other two champions are picked in this game. You can pick Yumi mid lane and like Karma top, and I don't care because I think Monkeys just wins this game with this composition that they drafted.
I mean, like, realistically, Miss Fortune should never die. And we've got Oriana. Okay. Yes. Chung's left the building, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm about to lose my mind. I'm about to lose my mind. I'm
on fire tonight. I'm sorry.
Like, somebody else just needs to play Poppy that isn't named Islamic in this draft, and you have to pick Milio. Like, unless you're playing like
Poppy mid lane.
Put Renekton mid. I don't give a crap. Okay, we're just picking Lux mid for Efron.
Okay, yeah, Efron's Lux is disgusting. I've seen it. Like,
okay.
Honestly, anything he's played this series has been disgusting. But...
Lux is really good, but what are you gonna do when you get Curse of the Sad Mummied, put to sleep, hit with a shockwave, with a bullet time, and taunted all in 3 seconds?
You're gonna gray screen. That's what's gonna happen. It's gray screen.
I
get that. You should have picked Milio. Yes, I don't like Poppy support. I haven't seen it in so long. I don't know how it really fits in here, but I'm not a drafter. My drafts are not good, so...
Oh, so you're telling me you drafted for Conduit. Got it. I know who to blame now.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not the mastermind here. These guys know what they're doing more than I do, but, like, on paper, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I very much dislike this Conduit draft. I think Monkeys by far has the better draft, even if it is a Mumu support. Like, I don't like a Mumu support as like I don't like a Mumu support. I don't like Poppy support. I don't think they're support champions anymore.
No.
But like, even with that, Monkey still by far clears in the draft department. They are just press R, win the game. It is that simple. Like, yes, you got Efron on Lux. He's very good at it. Yes, you have Ludacris on Renekton. He's very good at it. Yes, Peace is very good at Jarvan. But, like, if you get hit by one ultimate ability or just one taunt from Shen in this game, all the CC is going to be followed up by Monkey's Inc. And you just do not get to play the game as the side of Conduit. And, like, you can take Cleanse as Slappy, but it doesn't matter because your Poppy support isn't building you a McHale's. They're building Deadman's and they're building Locket.
Yeah, I don't know what Conduit's plan is, but, you know, hey, they could pull out, like, some miracle gameplay, and we could be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think we both know the answer to this one, Loki, but looking at the two drafts here, which one do you think is going to come away with the win here in game number 3?
Yeah, sorry to my friends over at Conduit, but I think Buckeyes kind of wins the draft this game.
I mean, I have to agree. As much as I love the Conduit boys, I think Monkeys by far clears with this draft. I mean, like you said, maybe Conduit, this is the draft, and they're going to absolutely run the rift of Monkeys in this game. But on paper, I think it's heavily Monkeys favored. But with that, we're going to head to a short break here as we wait for the teams to finish up the champion select. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple of moments.
you told me to get back your heart. Still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you still make me have to stay. Cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. I smile back, put me away. You understand, there's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away.
There is a place where you can run free. Time does not exist. Take a chance when the road before us falls under our face. I can't hold on. I can't remain so strong. We have the same old bond, but everything is wrong. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can't make it on my own.
devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, call devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, call
Out here laying on the low, don't even worry about it. Top down, we be moving slow. Don't have to talk about it. I'm on my way, so you better keep it moving. We on the chase, adrenaline in my veins, yeah. I'm coming through. I give a whiplash, and he ain't gonna bounce back. Won't get no flashbacks, and never gonna look back. Oh, I'm done with the drama. Go and get your karma. I'ma be good either way. I give a whiplash, and he ain't gonna bounce back. I give a whiplash. Won't get no flashback. I give a
And we are back for our final game of the night between Monkeys Inc. and Conduit Buckeyes. Monkeys going to be on the blue side, Conduit going to be on the red side. I'm still strong, still joined by Loki and behind the scenes Pop Tart. Loki, how excited are you for this final game?
I am super, super pumped. I'm excited for both of these teams. I think it's going to be a wild game.
I mean, it's going to be wild one way or the other. I mean, we've both already talked about how we're not the biggest fan of the draft out of Conduit, but we'll see if they're able to make it work. You can see up in the top lane, Ludacris is taking the Ignite. I'm not happy that Hunter didn't take Ignite because like Shen actually has a lot more kill pressure than you expect in the early levels, and like you already have TP on your ultimate and you get a free one, so taking that aggressive summoner makes a lot of sense. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, but like he's playing more for the team than for his lane, so also makes sense for that one. But you can see here in the bot lane, Grim is already getting a lot of poke onto Islamic and Slappy as the Bandage Toss is used onto Islamic, taking a lot of damage there. Bandage Toss 2 not going to come out from Fallen Warrior there, but bot lane of Monkeys Inc. already winning the HP, but down in CS in the early levels.
I mean, Slappy does have the CS lead in bot lane, but the amount of poke coming out of Grim Defier is going to be something that Jinx says isn't going to be too happy about.
Yeah, I mean, Jinx normally lose this early lane as Ludacris getting a lot of damage onto Hunter here with that level 2 tick up, but Jinx typically does lose the early lane to Misfortune. It's more later you are better in the team fight, so they'll just have to absorb all this pressure for as long as they can in the bot lane without any jungle assistance. As we can also see that Wheeze once again has elected to go for the Deathfire touch in this game, going 3 for 3 on that Summoner spell, as Efron going to be on the Lux here, going to have really good wave clear in the later game and have really high burst potential to help get resets for your Jinx. But like we said in the draft, it's like if the Monkeys comp gets one bit of CC on you and the rest of the team is around, you just don't get to move in this game. So it's going to be very hard for Slappy and Efron to play this game as freely as they want to, as top lane Ludacris gets another really good trade onto Hunter here. Doesn't get that empowered Q off when he dashes back in to get a lot more damage. And it's actually losing a little bit on the back end of the trade here, but overall he's doing fine in this lane.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure how the top lane matchup works, but I'm interested to see the mid lane of these two teams. And if I'm not mistaken, well, has taken tier for both Veigar and Orianna. I'm pretty sure that's standard. Like, I'm not really sure what the builds are, but
Gladys up here in the top lane. The bowling ball is not going to hit, and Ludacris is going to walk back in, dash through Hunter, and dice his way out. But if the taunt hits earlier, it's a better play for Glada, but also he doesn't have anything to do on the Rift right now. But you can see P's looking for a potential play in the mid lane, but also looking for a play on to Glada's bot side jungle here. So very heads up play by him. Could also wrap around on the bot lane here in the next couple seconds.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a bot lane gank here.
Ludacris actually gets the ignite down, gets the Q off, gets the kill. Islamic going to get onto Grimdefier. Grimdefier going to have to flash away from that one, but now taunted on the turret as Black Eyed P is going to heal up Islamic Samurai to keep his jungler alive. But overall, better play for the side of Conduit. They get the solo kill in top lane. They get both summoners out of the enemy AD carry in the bot lane. So they're playing the map better early. The question is, how does Monkeys Inc. look when the team fights come alive?
Yeah, the team fights is where I'm going to be worried for Conduit. With like the amount of lockdown that Monkeys has, I just don't think that Conduit has an answer for it.
Yeah, and we can see Gladys stole away the topside camps from Black Eyed Peas here when he went for that gank in the bot lane, and now he's going to get his first reset off, so now Peas is even more behind in the jungle clear than he was before. He's just going to take his wolves and then his Gromp, while Glada can just go to his Krugs and then clear all the way up into his topside into the scuttle, but you can see that Islamic has already found that the enemy Raptors are still up and is pinging his jungler to come take them so he can get something back after making that successful gank in the bot lane. Even if it didn't come at a cost of a kill, they got both summoners on enemy AD carry. That's a win in my book.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hunter, I don't know if you win that, buddy.
All right, Dominus was popped here by Ludacris. He gets a lot of damage onto Hunter. He could look to dive him if he wants to. He still has flash available. As we can see, bot lane is going to be the name of the play again. He actually goes in the top lane. Ludacris dashes in. He's actually under turret, taking a lot of damage here. Slappy falls down. Ludacris falls down up in the top lane. Sorry, Slappy didn't fall down. Slappy got the kill onto Grimdefier. My apologies on that one. And Ludacris just didn't play that tower dive all that well, honestly, from like the snippets of it we saw. Just kind of misplayed it, and it ended up costing him his life. And Hunter now getting to pick up a lot of this wave and experience that he was struggling to get from Ludacris's aggression. But I think if Ludacris played that like 10% better, he gets the kill there, he lives, and punishes Hunter even more in this lane. But now Hunter has a breath of life back into this one.
And he does get to come back to lane with that Bramble Vest. And he was able to catch up on most of the missed CS that he's got. We do have the first Drake of the game up. I'll be interested to see who or what jungler steps up for this one.
Yeah, it's an ocean dragon. It's obviously you'd rather have that as one of the first dragons of the game than have it be a soul. Personally, I don't want another infernal dragon. I would like to see a different rift. Maybe a hex tech would be a lot more cool in this game. But or Cloud Soul. I think Cloud Soul would be super good on the side of the Monkeys comp, but we'll see which one we end up getting. It is that early Ocean, which is good for laning wise, but obviously it falls off later if you're not stacking it into a Soul. But oh wait, hold on. Blight Binding hits, but then Islamic hits him out of the ultimate, and now double sleep coming out of here from Orianna, and Orianna gets the shockwave. Efron flashes, but it doesn't matter. In goes Black Eyed Peas. Wheeze flashes out of the Cataclysm, and now Gladys is running away from this one. I am reporting my support after a play like that. Oh my god, Islamic, did you grief Efron? Oh my god.
I would have just Alt F4'd right there. I would have left the game. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Thanks, buddy.
Oh my god. Like Efron was like, all right, I hit it with the late binding, I hit it with the singularity, I'm gonna hit it with my ultimate, and then Islamic's like, watch this, bro. And then just immediately hits him out of the ultimate. Absolutely diabolical. Oh my god.
It's so unlucky. I'm just gonna say it's unlucky.
But then it's even worse because Glad is there for the counterplay. He puts them both to sleep. Efron flashes and still dies in the play. So like Efron did everything right to get nothing and be punished. Like it is, like if I'm in solo queue, 100%, I'm alt F4ing. I don't care if I get a 5-minute penalty. I will deal with that for 5 games.
Spam pinging right now.
I think we're happy that Pop Tart doesn't have chat enabled, so we can't see Efron saying some like if this is solo queue, like you would see you would see Efron has muted himself and like and, like everything like that.
No longer type, or we've filtered a message.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Anyway, enough talking about that play. Looking at the map here, Glada has a sizable CS lead again, similar to last game, but it's also just the nature of the two champions that were picked. Lilia clears a lot faster than Jarvan. She is a power clearing jungler, while Jarvan is more gank centric. In the top lane, Ludacris still has a sizable CS lead for himself. Even with Efron dying, he's still even in CS, and bot lane is even in CS. Wheeze is actually going for a similar build on the Vigor, going for the Rod of Ages into the Seraph. A lot of people formerly, when this was a big build at the end of last season on Orianna, and like LCK specifically, were calling this like the Bruiser Orianna build because you get just so much AP and health and just like survivability, but still do so much damage. It's like you're playing against a Bruiser Orianna.
Alright, Glada was able to secure 3 Void Grubs as it looks like the side of Conduit starts up this first Drake. And it looks like Glad is just gonna go into Black Eyed Peas topside jungle.
Yeah, and it's the second time he's clearing this, so these are his timers. These aren't Peas timers anymore, as Fallen could actually be in a bad spot here, but Peas is not going to go over the wall with no vision of where Glada is. Like, they could have an idea that Glada is on the top side of the jungle, taking away Peas' camps, but it's also like he could have reset and he could have been down here bot lane. If I go in for this play, it's not good whatsoever, but Glada's going to be early to a first item and that jungle transformation, which can be very beneficial. And we'll have to see how much use he does get out of that, as Ludacris just looks for another quick trade there on to Hunter. You can see they're both on 1 items now. It's the Eclipse to the full Thorn Mail completion for the side of Hunter. So it's going to be harder for Ludacris to win these trades so heavily anymore. As another trade coming through, I say that and he just wins a quick burst trade. It's going to have to be like burst trades like that. It can't be long extended trades where you're constantly auto-attacking the Shen. It has to be those quick burst trades. Get in, get out, get all your damage done in a couple seconds and be okay.
I feel like this Jarvan is spending so much time in that tri-bush in bot lane.
Alright, well speaking of spending the time, he's going to look for a play here and then immediately doesn't go for the play, as the Monkeys bot lane can just back up to their turret because of how pushed in they were. But The more time that P spends doing this, the more time Glada just like continues to power clear, which is what Lilia is already so good at. Like, I think if my time is correctly, Glada's gonna clear these raptors, clear his Krugs, and be finished with his jungle item.
Yeah.
And P still has 10 to go, which means any neutral objective that a smite fight comes down to 100 like favors the side of monkeys every single time, because Glada's gonna have a fully completed jungle item before P's does.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like there was just a lot of time wasted down there. However, I think we're kind of at a lull right now in the game.
Oh yeah, 100% we are in a lull right now. Both teams are just like getting to their first completed items, scaling up. You can see Efron on the Malignance now, Slappy on the Hex Optics. CP33, I think, is the specific name for it.
Yep.
Gonna be building into C44. Dang it! I knew it was C something something. I knew it was the same number twice. I couldn't remember which one. But anyway, Slappy after that gonna be building into the Ghost Blade. Grim went for the Edge of Night. Now, the last couple times I've seen Misfortune for their first item, I've seen them go for the Hubris, as Ludacris could be in a little bit of trouble in the top lane, dodged away from the Shadows Assault, so it doesn't get taunted up. But now a lot of damage he's doing onto Glada. The Stand United is used to keep Glada alive, as Ludacris is put to sleep, and Ludacris just literally wins that play by beating up on Glada. As now Wheeze could be caught out here by Black Eyes Peas and Efron. The Cataclysm comes out, but Wheeze immediately flashes it once again. The Light Binding not going to connect onto anybody, but the Shockwave hits on the Peas. Ludacris flashes in, and Black Eyes Peas is going to pick up the kill onto Glada, but then he's taunted up by Hunter. And now Islamic is here. Flash with a heroic charge to get Wheeze in, and Efron finally says, "Thank you for setting up me to get the kill after what you did to me earlier."
We're not supposed to be talking about that anymore.
Oh, and in the off-screen meantime, what I noticed is that Fallen Warrior used Curse of the Sad Mummy onto Slappy, and Slappy had to cleanse and flash to stay alive. I was like, why? When did he get half HP? And then I see Curse of the Sad Mummy's on cooldown. I was like, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I can't imagine that this is like any type of fun lane for this side of I mean, we have...
Okay. Hunter goes in onto Ludacris to stop the recall, but like, I don't think it's that worth it. Yeah, he actually does a lot more damage the longer Ludacris fights him because of that Thorn Mail, but Ludacris could still go to his turret and then just TP back. Oh, Glada. I saw him mess up the jungle aggro. I was like, come on, dude. All right. Peas went to go in, but Glada had so much movement speed, and now can just like kind of walk down Peas, but not going to go too far forward at this point. As all right, I'm like waiting for Glada to do something, but I remembered his ult is on cooldown, so like I don't know what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, and we have about 20 seconds until drag is up. And,
all right, and that means the Curse of the Sleepy Bullet Time will be available for the side of Monkeys Inc. We'll see if they can effectively use it, but Slappy throwing that W kind of just lets them know that there's ward in that brush, and Islamic was sitting on ward the whole time. Now Peas here clears it away. Glada is hovering. Wheeze has first move into the bot lane if he wants to go for it. We'll see what happens as Dragon is on the Rift now. It's a Chemtech this game, so that means we still have a chance to get an Infernal Soul again.
Oh,
We'll
I don't
see
want
if it happens.
Infernal.
Okay, now Wheeze is caught in the Cataclysm, doesn't have flash this time. Light Binding is hit, and so is the ultimate. He uses Shockwave, but now Peas can actually get away from this one. Glada does not hit the bowling ball. Peas going to EQ in, flash away, not fall asleep. The ultimate being charged up by Islamic Samurai. We'll see if he pops it out. Ludacris is here on the backside. Fallen Warrior gets in onto Ludacris. Grim the Fire is going to die as Peas goes back and gets another two-man knockup. Another two-man Light Binding out of Efron, and now Hunter is the one who's in trouble. Slappy trying to get all the damage done across this team fight, but it doesn't matter because they're gonna win the team fight. And now another Light Binding hit by Efron. Ludacris gonna kill Glada, and that just means Dragon number 2. Oh my god, and Efron snipes Hunter. Never mind, it's not 4. It's a full ace for Conduit and Buckeyes in a draft. I doubt it. I didn't think was gonna work. They pick up a full ace at 16 minutes into the game, get Dragon number 2 for themselves, and are slowly escalating their gameplay in this game to get themselves the victory and say, Chong, shut up, you don't know ball.
okay, genuinely didn't think that that the team fight was going to go that way for the side of Monkeys, but I was proven wrong, man.
I think if Glada had Flash in that team fight, it does look drastically different, and if Wheeze had Flash as well, but like not available to them, that means like it's hard for them to get their like Fallen Warrior, I think, also played that team fight like very poorly. By the way, like he was so zoned away from the rest of his team. He was in no man's land and like could like press the ultimate, but it didn't matter. Grim didn't have any peel, any chance to free fire. Wheeze died before the fight even started. Glada didn't hit anybody. He just misses another bowling ball. Glada needs to go hit up his local bowling alley and practice hitting pins because, like, this Lilia gameplay is not it for me. And I love Lilia, and it's making me a little upset right now. As Fallen Warrior just loses half his HP from taking Qs from Slappy.
I mean, hey, Misfortune's Q still hit, so I mean, there's a chance. It looks like the jungler's gonna fight over this Riptail here.
Yeah, Wheeze has first rotation. Glad I'm gonna have to flash out of the Cataclysm. Not too sure I like that play either, but like, also the easiest counter to Lilia is just put her in the Cataclysm, and if she doesn't have flash, she just doesn't get to participate in a team fight. So, Peas makes the good play. Glada, I think you should just put Peas to sleep. But now Wheeze is caught again. The ult is going to come out from Efron. It's not going to connect. Shockwave hits onto 2, and now they're both going to sleep. We'll see if the Sun Monkey is able to turn it. Efron taking a lot of damage from Glada, but once again, Efron is able to pick up the kill very quickly, and now Peas gets the knockup onto Wheeze, and they fall down, and now the bot lane is looking. The ultimate is popped by both the bot laners. Monkey's Inc. Islamic is going to fall down, but so does Fallen. But now Slappy has it. The Standing Knight is coming out. Cleanse used by Slappy, and he's going to be able to pick up the double kill in the bot lane, and Slappy spaced that fight beautifully, doesn't get hit by the Curse of the Sad Mummy, flashes out of the bullet time, and is just able to run house on the team fight. And now Ludacris is just gonna lose a little bit in okay, bro. Stop flashing your mastery.
Someone take his mastery button away.
Okay, wait, he's gonna get the stun on the Hunter. Peas goes in to a lot of damage, Ignite down. He's gonna try to use this one. Shadow Assault's out. Now, if I'm Hunter, I'm flashing my mastery. Even though I lost the trade, I have to run away. I lose my turret. Is he listening to us? Ludacris, stop.
I swear to God. Like, that's like the 7th time this game, man. Like, don't beat the dead horse.
I don't know, Peas taking a lot of damage here. They're looking for a play onto Wheeze. Let's see if they go for it. Nope, they're just not going to go for it. Take away the enemy Gromp. Glad just clearing away his jungle in the bot lane. Like, I liked this draft out of Monkeys, but I just don't think they're, like, performing on it well. I think if you had any other support that isn't a Mumu, this draft looks a lot better. As now Peas is caught out here, going to get hit by the Shockwave. He's going to fall down to Wheeze, a big shutdown there. I don't hate it going there, but like you need to start spreading some gold around at some point because all your kills are on him at this point in the game, and it's looking a bit rough because there's so much gold spread around the side of the Conduit Buckeyes.
Like, I just have to say it, I really am not a fan of this Misfortune build.
Oh no, I hate this Misfortune build. As Islamic is just burning down from Glada, another bowling ball will be missed, another pin standing upright. Yeah, so I do not like this Misfortune build. The last time I played with Misfortune, they went, oh wait, hold on. This Welting Lullaby is used. The Curse of the Sleepy Bullet Time is used, but no curse is used until Fallen gets in Bandage Toss, and he gets this shutdown onto Slappy with the use of the Tantrum. Definitely not who you want the shutdown to be going to.
It should have been gifted to the Misfortune.
Or your Lilia, like either one is now. Fallen Warrior is the only one on the map for his team. He's gonna have to flash. Okay, Gladys looking for another play. Finally hits a bowling ball on screen on the Black Eyed Peas, but now he's gonna get hit by the late binding, and he's just deleted. Everyone gonna get another kill, dominating in this game. Now Islamic Samurai has found Fallen Warrior. He's not gonna get the heroic charge in the walls, so Fallen Warrior just gets to walk away from this one. Herald in the bot lane, which means Dragon 3 should be in the hands of Conduit. And thank God, it's a Hex Tech. No more Infernal. Something new. Thank God.
I'm okay with it being a Hex Tech. Not like, personally don't like it going into the hands of Conduit, but, like, if I'm Monkeys, but, you know, hey.
Hey, we're charging this into the tier 2. Is Ludicrous going to get stunned up by Fallen Warrior? Curse of the Sad Mummy is used. The Stand Unite is being channeled here as well. He's going to flash away. The taunt flash is not hit by Hunter because of the flash out of Ludicrous. And now Piers in the bot lane looking to reinforce this play as... I don't even reinforce this as Conduit. You just won as Ludicrous. You got 2 ultimates and a flash out of the play for your flash. Like, that is a win in my book. As you see in the minimap, you have Slappy being the only one in the mid lane pushing that wave away, as both mid laners are now in the top lane clearing waves in front of each other.
This is looking grim for the side of Monkeys. They need a team fight to go extremely well for them to kind of get them back into, like, the comfort of this game. Being about... like 5k gold down right now doesn't exactly feel nice.
Especially with the comp you drafted, like
Yes.
Misfortune falls off a cliff. Like you have to get some forward a lead and you bot lane early. And then Grimdefire said, I got it, guys. What if I build Edge of Night first item?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know, man.
Like, if you want to go a lethality item because somebody is like, oh, Hubris got nerfed. I haven't read patch notes. I already said that. But it's like, go collect the first item and then build, like, ER, IE. Like, you'll still do a crap ton of damage. And then if you want the Edge of Night passive, you build a 4th item. Edge of Night first item is so fake. I
don't understand.
I don't know. I don't either.
I guess we're just the casting staff today.
All right, so looking at some other things here, you can see Glada on 2 items. A lot of damage onto Islamic. They're using the shockwave here. Islamic is going to use heal. He's still going to fall down, but a lot of damage coming from Efron. The light binding only lands onto 1 TP being channeled here out of Hunter. Slappy getting slowed up here. Bullet time popped. Slappy going to flash away from that one. And now the side of Conduit can still look to re-engage this one without Islamic Samurai. Peas is looking for the play. Flash it. Gets onto Wheeze. The ult is used at Efron. Curse of the Sad Mummy used to stop up too. But Black Eyed Peas is the only one fighting Wheeze right now. He's going to fall down because the rest of the team is there to reinforce him. On the other side, Fallen Warrior is going to fall down to the group of Conduit. And I think Wheeze getting the Seraph Shield is what actually kept him alive for so long because Efron was going to pop him. Hunter has to Shadow Assault his way away as... Yeah, this is like what I said about like Bruiser Oriana. Very hard to kill him, even when you pick him out like that. Is oh my god, so much damage onto Grimdefire. He is deleted. A 2-man sleep out of Glada, but Slappy cleanses it away, and now he's still alive. And now they can reset this team fight, and then down goes the Oriana TPing, and Efron is dominating in this game again. He said, "You liked the long range artillery out of the way? Well, I'll give you the OG artillery mage," and picks up the Lux.
She's 8-1 Lux and a 4-1 Renekton. This Jinx also, like, they're gonna push right into the base of Monkeys. Conduit's like, no, you guys, the casters thought you won draft. Here you go.
I mean, if Conduit is smart, they don't take Inhibitor here. Okay, they are smart. They don't take Inhibitor and give the free gold into the side of Monkeys. They're gonna group up bot lane here. No, okay. I was going to say, they should reset and then position around Baron. I was like, if they go for bot lane, that is just pushing the envelope. But they're making the smart play. They're going to set up, they should set up around Baron and then just make sure they cross all their I's, dot all their T's, and, you know, win the game.
Let's hope so. All right, it is 8-19. We've got about a 7-8k gold lead in the favor of Conduit. The game's kind of in their hands right now. We do have Dragon up in about a minute. If Monkeys gifts this to Conduit, that's soul for them, which makes this game even more difficult for Monkeys to come back into.
Yeah, especially with how strong Lux is with, like, okay, Shockwave is just going to whiff onto everybody. Islamic is in the backline. He gets the ult onto Glada, which is massive. And now the ult out of Efron gets onto 2. 1 goes down already. And now Slappy has free reign in this team fight. Ludicrous is going crazy. And that ultimate out of Islamic that hits onto Glada is actually massive because it doesn't let them set up their team fight wombo combo. And that might actually just be the game. You have a Jinx on the side of Conduit Buckeyes. If you just get this inhibitor, you can just look to reset it. And Glada's going to have to do his best to clear away these minion waves. We'll see how long he lasts. All right, Slappy is excited. He actually gets hit by the W there out. Okay, popping Zonias. Just focus the turrets. Why do we wait? Okay, it doesn't matter. Glad is dead. Everybody on the side of Monkeys Inc. is dead. You have an excited Jinx in the base, and at 26.5 minutes, Conduit Buckeyes going to get the win over Monkeys Inc. 2-1 in a draft we doubted, Loki.
I know we doubted this so bad. Apparently, we are not knowers in this game. We are not knowers. On paper, the draft of Monkeys looked great, but the execution was just not there from this team. I feel like they had an idea of what they wanted to do, and they just came into the game and just couldn't get it done. Which it happens. You know, it does happen. It's just very unfortunate for the side of Monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Amumu was the point where the wheel fell off the bearings. I think you lost the bearings when Grim Defier went for that build. Like, I'm not trying to flame too hard, but like, you don't do any damage with this build as Grim Defier. Glada got yes, he got a huge CS lead, but he was not anywhere on the map. Peas was everywhere again, affecting the map, and I think my MVP for this series, I think it's Efron. I can hear a case for Black Eyed Peas. I think Peas played extremely well in games 2 and 3, but I think it probably has to go to Efron for this Lux game and that Hui game. I think he was phenomenal in those 2 games.
I completely agree with you. I think MVP of this series was definitely Efron. Definitely Efron.
All right. And with that, there's going to be us wrapping it up here for the week 1 of the Blue Otter League Platinum Division. I've been Chunk Salmo, joined by Loki Bear. Shout out to Pop Tart in the background doing our production. If you've been drinking tonight, hand the keys off to somebody else and make sure y'all get home safely.
Remember when you said it doesn't get better than this? Only a fool would've let you go. You got into my head. Am I about to lose myself? When will all of this fade away? 'Cause I see colors for the first time. I'm starting to realize nothing's ever black and white. And I'm caught up in the first night. Now it doesn't feel right. I'll just have to say goodbye one last time. I know that it's hopeless, but we'll be fine. 'Cause nothing's ever black and white.